the place to be. It's Saturday night, and we're coming at you live from GCU Arena as the Lopes continue to climb the WAC standings tonight, looking for their third straight win against Chicago State. Kate Longworth, welcome you in here to the Lopes pregame show, coming at you on Fox 10 Extra. And the purple pregame party getting underway right behind me as we count you down to tip off. But tonight, it is all about the red, white, and blue as GCU celebrates God Bless America Night. We'll have a lot of things to incorporate in our show tonight. But first, let's take a look at how the Lopes have been playing so far this season with some great play, and look at how they are climbing the standings right now. New Mexico State still with that perfect record, 11-0. But Cal Baptist, as you know, even though they have that 7-3 record, not eligible for the tournament this year as they still make that transition to D1 play. And GCU 6-4, coming off an impressive win over Kansas City the other night, in which Javon Blackshear had 17 points, 12 rebounds, 5 assists, making for a very happy Dan Marley.
Well, not bad for having a freshman point guard. Made a big shot. I thought our guys battled through. They got a lot of heart. They keep working at it, and they're unbelievable. I love them.
I felt like we needed somebody to start off strong, and I was the one, and it was going to get everybody going. So that's what I tried to do.
Fans, let's hear it for you.
All right, he may be a freshman, but playing beyond his years. Javon Blackshear Jr. showing a lot of poise down on the court so far this season, really all season long, and also bringing their best each and every game, day in and day out. The rest of our broadcasting team, time now to welcome in Barry Boutel and Scott Williams to set it up what we can expect tonight with Chicago State in town.
Yeah, I think you got to be careful, Kate, as Chicago State comes in, and everybody kind of knows that they're struggling. There's no doubt about it, but it will be a tall test because they're playing well in the last few games, no doubt about that. But a big win for GCU in overtime against KC, huh?
It was a fantastic win because they gutted it out. I mean, they had to come from behind once again here on their home floor, and they didn't splinter. They did it as a team. Everybody had a hand in the comeback, so it should give them a lot of momentum coming into tonight's game. But what I think I really liked the most was, even though they got pounded in the paint, they continued to fight. They got themselves to the free throw line 36 times.
Yikes.
They kept pounding the ball inside the Laver, drives by Johnson, everybody, Blackshear, everybody was attacking that basket, and that's where they made it to stagger.
Well, you mentioned Blackshear. How about this? Some key plays in the game, and his steal.
But I love this one right here because this is when they were finding themselves behind. They were having to their full court trap, and Blackshear went out there flat out and made it happen. And then I love this one here. Off the bench, they got a huge bump by Lorenzo, Jenkins, and Brown. So that one right there was the one to win the game. And Carlos Johnson couldn't believe he missed that one, but go to overtime, and they continue to fight back in overtime. Blackshear was aggressive. He finds his big man cutting down the lane for 2 points, and then he calls his own number, knocks down the three, and then they go back the other, and they get the big block by Jenkins, and then a fantastic use of sharing the ball, a great screen by Carlos Johnson, and Brown knocks down the three to put him up 5 and to ice the game. Woo!
A little bit of a nail-biter down there, and Carlos, he wants that shot back near the end of the game, but a big win, and they need another one here tonight against Chicago State. But what can you say? We've been talking about him all season long, from Shadow Mountain High School, the freshman, Javon Blackshear Jr., a double-double, his second of the season.
Yeah, he's done something that no GCU player has ever done in D1 history, the 17 points, the 12 rebounds to go along with 5 assists in just his freshman year. So really fantastic play by the young fella. Put the team on his back when he really needed it, and he carried it to victory.
Alessandro Laver, we talk about him quite a bit as well. 18 points on the night. Had a lot of points in the game, had a little difficulty against Alec, but certainly contributed mightily.
Yeah, well, he just stays with it. He's got extremely good footwork down on that low post. He takes his time with the basketball, doesn't rush anything. He got a great step back. I love that was an and one man. The pick and pop game, something that he's always had since his freshman year that he's going to continue to improve on, and just chewing some glass. A nice job on the glass with those 8 boards as well.
Yeah, 18 points, 8 boards for Alessandro Laver. Another guy didn't put up big number totals, but hit 2 of 3 from the arc, and that second one was critical. Isaiah Brown.
Yeah, Brown he just kind of was scuffling along for most of the game there. In the first half, didn't do a whole lot, but in the second half, he made some plays defensively. That got him going offensively. He knocked the bucket down right there. That was that one we saw earlier. The ice and the bench absolutely loved it.
Look at the heroes off of the bench. 36 minutes for Lorenzo, 20 for Isaiah, 12 and 6 in the point category, and they came up big at free throws. Man, Lorenzo's been solid. 10 for 10 from the charity stripe. Well, Chicago State comes in winless in the Western Athletic Conference. Javier Johnson not with the team, their leading scorer. Who have they been relying on? Well, Andrew Lewis has been their leading scorer the last 3 games.
He has been absolutely superb. This is a team that is could have quit, but they did not. They have continued to fight. This young man here has gone for 12 points, 22 points, and 23 his last 3 times out. He is absolutely fantastic. He'll be exciting to watch. You got to make him play in the crowd because this one thing the Chicago State team does do is turn the basketball over nearly 20 times a night.
Yeah, no doubt. 6'3" junior guard from Milwaukee. We'll keep an eye on him as Chicago State in town to take on GCU. We'll send it back upstairs to you, Kate.
Well, guys, kind of tailoring off what you said, yes, the Cougars still looking for that first conference win, but really you got to hand it to those players. They go out there every night, hold their heads high, really bring the competition, and now the Lobes, they are winners of 6 of their last 8 games. So I think it's looking pretty good for Dan Marley's squad. So how do you go out there and not fall for the infamous trap game?
Yeah, it's human nature to let up. You look at this record that they've had so much success against this team, and you know they've won 9 straight. They beat them they were up 20 in the first half last time they played them. It's human nature to relax, and that's where the veterans and the leaders in the locker room, and I'm talking about the players, have to step up, not let this team succumb to relaxing when they step on the floor tonight.
Hey, it's tough to play at Bakersfield, and they had the lead late in that game. They cannot take the Cougars for granted tonight.
Some great points, guys. Thank you so much. And as you said, you never want to overlook the opponent of tonight because you never know what can happen any given night in college basketball. All right, well, we're going to take a quick break here on the Lopes Pregame Show. But when we come back, the student campus tonight celebrating the red, white, and blue. And in a salute to America, we bring on some special guests. That's all next here on the Lopes Pregame Show. We'll be right back.
Today at Whataburger, we're cooking the Buffalo Ranch Chicken Strip Sandwich.
You asked for it, and it's back.
We got 3 chicken strips, 2 slices of Monterey Jack cheese, Whataburger's own buffalo sauce, a little bit of buttermilk ranch. The combination is just right.
It's crunchy, and then it's spicy, and then it's cool. Your mouth is exploding with flavor.
It just all works together, and then you add the cheese in there.
It kind of wakes me up, honestly. My goodness. I can see myself getting this every time I come here.
The Buffalo Ranch Chicken Strip Sandwich. It's back, and it's only for a limited time.
Order all your favorites from your phone.
Whether you crave the night or savor the day, here we give you all a place to play. Talking Stick Resort. Play in style.
Show Grand Canyon looking for its 3rd straight win as they take the court tonight against the Cougars of Chicago State. And tonight, the purple, well, they're celebrating the red, white, and blue. And so now I salute a former USA Air Force veteran, Patrick Fitzhugh, joining me right now. He's also with USAA. And thank you for being here out here tonight. And if you wouldn't mind, just sharing a little bit about what USAA is all about.
Absolutely. So USAA is a full-service insurance and finance organization. We were founded in 1922, so we're coming up on 100 years by 25 Army officers at the time. And in that time, we've become eligible for active officers in the military, enlisted, and now our eligibility has really expanded to the children and the families of those veterans who served. In 2003, we opened a campus just north of us here, and we have about 5,000 employees now in the Phoenix Valley. And we're just continuing to grow, continue to bring new services to our members, and continue to look for great new talent out here in the Phoenix Valley.
Can you kind of expand on some of those services and support you provide for your members?
Yeah, thank you. So most of our members still only know us as an insurance company. but we've been rated as one of the top banks in the United States as far as trustworthiness, and we're really focused on the technology piece. So we were the original company that started the deposit mobile with your phone, and we're just continuing to grow and focus on everything within the banking industry. We do mortgage, we do life insurance, we do health insurance. So we want to make all those products available to our service members and their families.
And obviously that technology is so valuable to a college campus and college students. But why tonight would you want to partner with GCU on their God Bless America night?
Well, we've done this for a couple years now, and one, the GCU core values aligns perfectly to the military and to USA. Honesty, integrity, loyalty, service, those things are just part of the DNA of GCU. I'm personally proud because I grew up about a mile away from here. So anything that we can do to really give back to the community and give back to organizations that are building our future youth, our future job seekers who can come to USA who have those same values.
So along those lines, how can people become a part of the USAA team?
Well, USAjobs.com/Phoenix, and you're going to see over 100 different jobs we have available right now. Everything from IT, compliance, security, to frontline, answering the phone, and helping our members.
Thank you so much, Patrick, for being here. And then just real quick, one more thing. With you grew up just a mile away. What impact have you seen GCU have on this community?
Oh my gosh, I'm grateful to see it bringing up the community. The community's proud to have this in their backyard, and to see what GCU's doing in the school districts, Alhambra School District, with scholarships and just making people so proud and focused on higher education in this community. It's an honor to see it.
Well, thank you again, and an honor to talk with you. Thank you for your service for our country and also all you're doing with USAA. And we will continue to celebrate the USA tonight here. And when we come back, we check in with some members of the Luke Air Force Base, also down the road. They are here tonight in attendance. That's all when the Lopes Pregame Show comes right back right after this.
Waking up with peace of mind. Just one of the little perks you get with the SRP Power app. Use it to make conscious decisions on the energy you use every day. No guessing. Everything you need to know. Download the SRP Power app now. SRP, delivering water and power.
Curiosity fuels you. So when you're ready for a fulfilling new career, let your curiosity fuel that change. Grand Canyon University's online degree programs in technology make it convenient for you to achieve your dream. GCU teaches you how to plan for innovation. By applying that knowledge to today's most challenging problems, you're helping to build a better tomorrow. Find your purpose at GCU, where advanced technologies drive education. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu/online.
Back to the Lopes Pregame show here as we count you down to tip off the Cougars of Chicago State taking the court tonight against Grand Canyon University. The Lopes coming off a big overtime victory on Thursday night, hoping to make it 3 in a row tonight on God Bless America night here at GCU Arena. Kate Longworth welcoming you back, and I have the honor right now to be with a couple men who serve our country. Thank you, first gentlemen, for all that you do. And I will start first with you, Colonel Scott Walker. What does it mean to be able to engage in community events like this, having Luke Air Force Base out here tonight at a GCU game?
Well, it's just a great opportunity for us to come back and give back to the community. Luke's been here since 1941. I think GCU's been here since 1949. So for about the last 71 years, we've been neighbors. So anytime we get to come out and support, because of all the support that Phoenix and the West Valley give to us, we'd like to repay that.
And then Chief Master Sergeant Ron Thompson, thank you also for being here. And kind of just tailoring off of what Colonel said, what has GCU done for the community and had an impact on U.S. Air Force, and how have you guys kind of formed this partnership over the years, being in the same area of the Valley and working with the student campus?
Well, GCU is one of our many local sponsors, partners, community stakeholders that really invest in Phoenix and the surrounding cities
like nobody else. Nowhere else. I've been all around the world and I haven't seen anything like this. And the things that GCU has done has been amazing for this community, so we're proud to be the partners.
And it was exciting for us as we were prepping for this interview today. I was talking with my coworkers, and we always take interest in the jobs that you guys do, but we were thinking with a reboot of Top Gun, your job's going to get very exciting. What would you say to aspiring students who may be here in the crowd tonight, those at home who want to go out and do what you do, especially when you can be a fighter pilot?
Well, I'm looking forward to the movie, and hopefully it'll boost recruitment, both for the Navy and the Air Force. But the biggest thing is just studying hard, staying in school, doing your best, and then, if joining the military, getting commissioned in the military is going to be a big part of that. And then, making good grades and doing hard work.
And for young students, how does it help to be a part of, the camaraderie you guys have amongst each other, and then that pride that comes with serving your country?
Well, serving your country is always great, and I think it's an easy transition going from college where you've got events like this, you got a lot of school pride. The military is very much the same way. So you roll right from college and that kind of camaraderie into the military, and it's a seamless transition, I think.
I'm kind of asking you the same things. What have you learned, or how's your life been touched by your service and prepared you for everything else in life?
I tell you, having grown up here in Phoenix, Arizona, it was a great place. It was a great place to grow up, but I didn't have a whole lot of direction. The military really helped me understand that, and it gave me a set of foundational core values that are amazing. And they're right in line with what I see here at GCU, so it's a great match. And again, it's a natural fit for us to come out and support these guys because of our corollary values and goals.
And I have a couple young kids in my household, so I know one event we look forward to every year is the air show. That'll be coming up. What can folks in the community expect from what you guys will be doing throughout the community?
Well, Luke Days 2020 is our air show coming up here in March, 21st, 22nd. It's going to be a great time. We're going to actually be out all over the city doing volunteerism on Thursday right before the air show. So we're going to be out in the community on Thursday, and then we're opening the doors to Luke Air Force Base to the community for Saturday and Sunday. They can expect to see our U.S. Air Force Thunderbirds and a variety of other amazing aeronautical acts. It's going to be one of the greatest air shows in the nation. So I hope to see everybody out there.
Yeah, it's so fun talking to you guys because I can tell you really love being one with the community. So when you have the air show, when you welcome people to the base, but also, like you said, going out volunteering for the community, why? Why is that so important to you guys?
Well, because we live and work in the community, and so Luke Air Force Base wouldn't be a place that people would want to come and work and live if it wasn't for the community and all the support and the wonderful people that surround the base, and so we just want to pay them back for that.
Thank you, gentlemen, so much for being here, and thank you for your service. I know tonight GCU is celebrating, but really everyone celebrates you every day for the service you've done for our country. So thank you.
Kate.
All right. Well, with some very important real-life heroes in attendance tonight, the heroes of the court, hoping they can go out there and get the job done. So we will check in with the Maverick, if you will, of the Lobes. That's Dan Marley. When we come back, Barry goes one-on-one with the head coach. More Lobes pregame show flying your way right after this.
State Credit Union, a local credit union serving the Valley for over 65 years, can assist you in buying your first home, refinancing your current home, or if you're dreaming of a retirement home. Canyon State Credit Union can provide you with a fast and affordable solution that meets your needs. Let Canyon State Credit Union run the numbers on your dream. Visit canyonstatecu.org or call 623-580-6015 for more information. Canyon State Credit Union, committed to you. We do business in accordance with the Equal Credit Opportunity Act, MLS number 410376.
Lopes pregame show, and lucky for GCU fans, 4 of the Lopes' final 6 games are at home, so they will hit the road next week for Seattle University Thursday, Utah Valley on Saturday, but then you'll see them back here against New Mexico State wanting a little revenge, followed by UTRGV and Cal State Bakersfield to round things off. But one person who is not looking ahead at this schedule, but instead focused on tonight's opponent, that would be Dan Marley, who is standing by with our Barry Buttel right now.
Thanks, Kate. And Dan, you've got to be extremely excited coming off your second straight victory, albeit in overtime, but a big, big win against KC.
Win's a win.
Yeah.
Grinded it out. We knew it'd be a tough game. That was their first game back. UMKC had everybody available, had everybody off the injured list or whatever, and we knew they were going to be physical in the first half. We didn't match their physicality. Thought in the second half we did a much better job and took the lead, and then they came back and took a lead with about 2:15 to go in the game, and we really showed some resilience with guys hitting big shots, getting some huge stops, and was able to pull out a huge win for us.
Javon Blackshear, Jr., a double-double, his second of the season, his first one coming at San Diego State. 17 points, 12 rebounds for the freshman.
5 assists.
Yeah.
I mean, you think about a kid that's 5'10", and he's been unbelievable on the defensive boards. He's getting better every game. I knew he would. We put a lot on his shoulders right from the beginning of the year, and every game you can just see him getting more confidence and starting to understand how to play. The game is really starting to slow down for him. Shooting the ball a lot better, but his decision-making has been really, really good, and just a gritty performance, and just knows how to win.
And one of those assists, at least one of them, went to Alessandro Lever, who had 18 points on the game.
Yeah, it's funny. You think Alessandro had a average game, and you look at his stats, and he had 18 points and 7 rebounds. Physicality really does bother Ali, and I've talked to him about he's got to get stronger with the basketball. He's got to secure it both on the rebounds, and when he catches the ball in the paint, he's going to have guys coming to him. So he's got to keep working through it, but he's always been a big part of what we've done here. So he's got to continue to keep improving and really battle the physicality that teams are bringing to him.
Those good point totals are pretty high for those last two guys. The point total not that high for Isaiah Brown, but he hit 2 threes, and that second one was critical.
Yeah, I got to give Isaiah a lot of props. He's had a little bit of a struggle this year. Started off as a starter for us and wasn't playing real well. He's coming off the bench now, and he's really started to pick up his game. He's one of those guys that's really started to realize how he has to play to help us win. He's been a lot better defensively. He's hit big shots for us. He's playing under control, playing off of 2 feet. So going forward, he's going to be a guy that's coming off the bench that's going to have to be big for us. And I thought both him and Doobie were spectacular. As you said, Isaiah didn't have a lot of points, but did he make a big 3 at the end there.
Oh, big shot there near the end of the game. Carlos Johnson, not great in the field, but certainly 8 of 10 from the free throw line. He's just valuable.
He was fine. He didn't get a lot of shots.
Right.
And the greatest thing about Carlos is in the past he would have forced shots, and he didn't do that. He's big in the post. He's a strong kid. One of his biggest assets is getting to the free throw line, using his physicality. He's done a good job of that. So I'm really proud of Carlos. There's a lot of times where he would try to force the action and took a lot of ill-advised shots, and he hasn't done that as of late. So that just shows his maturity and what he's trying to do to help us win.
2 straight wins. I know you've been talking a lot about grinding it out. Every game, this team's going to have to grind it out. Mm-hmm. What do you mean by that?
Well, I mean, we scored 103 at Baptist, and that's not going to happen. This team's not a offensive juggernaut, and the way we have to play is just to grind it out, and that means to get stops defensively, to play 40 minutes. There's going to be ebbs and flows to the game, and our guys just have to be solid and just find a way to win. Way to win. We have 6 games left. It's all in front of us. We have a lot of home games. We know that the home court hasn't been terrific for us for whatever reason. So every game, we just got to come in, and the biggest thing is to win games. It doesn't matter how you do it, is to win games. And then hopefully when the tournament comes, we'll be playing our best basketball.
Do you feel pretty good after these 2 wins that something might be coming together with this team?
Yeah, I'm proud of the guys. There's been a lot of adversity this year, and there's a lot of adversity now. And they work hard every day when we come into practice. They come in with a great attitude. They're listening. They're trying to get better. I'm proud of this team, no matter what happens. But I do think that we have a chance to we're right there in second place.
Yeah, you are.
So we just got to keep grinding. And I said it's all ahead of us. So I'm excited to see what's going to happen.
Now you look at Chicago State, and they've had their problems this year, and you maybe think about maybe a trap game. I mean, how do you keep your team focused for a team like?
Well,
the
I told our
Cougars?
guys today. I said I've been in their position as a player, and coaches when they say that we have to concentrate. Well, you're No, I'm not panicking. This team went into Bakersfield the other day on Thursday night, and they were down 2 with like 2 minutes to go. So they have some guys back. They have guys that they have a player here tonight that we haven't seen yet who's a really talented guy. So by no way or no means do we think that we just come in here and it's going to get done. We have to come in and not only concentrate on what they do, but we have to continue to get better at what we do. And we got to play a good game. If we don't, it's going to be a heck of a matchup. So this is a team we all know, 0-11, has struggled all year long, but they're playing with a little bit more swag. They're playing better. As I said, they went to Bakersfield and they almost nipped them there. So this is a game you worry about as a coach.
Yeah.
I hope our guys will come in with a great attitude. I know they'll have a great attitude, but I want them to come in and just play for 40 minutes and play as hard as they can.
All right, good luck tonight,
All right,
Coach.
thank you.
Head coach Dan Marley will send it back upstairs to you, Kate.
Thank you so much. Some honest words from Coach Marley. Chicago State still looking for that first conference win, but not an opponent that can be overlooked. So although the lights are down, the Lopes will be focused come tip-off. And we have just a little bit more here on the Lopes pregame show to get you set for tonight's game. So grab a quick snack, and we'll be right back with more coming up at you here on Fox 10 Extra.
Why choose Sanderson Ford? Straight up offers like these.
Now through President's Day, escape to a D-backs game and a new Escape for only $18,900. Lease one for only $259 a month. Save $10,000 on all 2019 F-150 Super Cruise. Get 2 Arizona Diamondback tickets just for coming in.
Plus, they support local sports and donate generously to local charities. If it's important to you to do business with someone who supports our community, choose Sanderson Ford. Straight up.
When my hot water heater failed, she was pregnant, in-laws were coming, a little bit of water, it rocked our world.
I had no idea the amount of damage that water could do.
We called USAA, and they greeted me as they always do. Sergeant Baker, how are you? They were on it. It was unbelievable. Having insurance is something everyone needs, but having USAA, that's a privilege. We're the Bakers, and we're USAA members for life.
USAA. Get your insurance quote today.
On this God Bless America night here at GCU Arena, where you'll see a lot of red, white, and blue, the purple pregame party is happening right now as we count it down to tip-off. Grand Canyon hosting Chicago State here on the hardwood. But last night out on the diamond, it was a packed house as GCU opened its season in front of some former major leaguers, some current stars, and then on the field put out a great product. The Lopes powered past top 25 Cowboys. 10-3 the final. Cade Nichols setting the tone with 8 strikeouts through 5 innings work, and through 1 inning, he only let up 1 run, and then Drew Smith took care of business on offense. 3 for 6 with a 3-run shot and 6, count them up, 6 RBI. And so, if you're keeping score at home, Thursday night, overtime win here for the Lopes basketball team. Last night, big home opener for the baseball team, and we'll see what the basketball team can do tonight to keep that streak going. All right, and here's how the competition looks. Right now, New Mexico State, they do have that record 26 straight conference wins, but with 2 minutes to go, they are tied 76-all against Utah Valley. Meanwhile, Kansas City took the loss here Thursday night, looking to rebound tonight at Cal State Bakersfield. And how about Nicole Powell's women's hoops team? They won their 7th straight game. Sole possession of first place today, the victory coming at Chicago State. They are on fire. Luke is leading the way. And here at GCU Arena, we'll see what's in store tonight as the Lopes look for their 3rd straight win. All right, we'll be right back here with the call. Barry and Scott right after this. It's Cougars Lopes coming at you right here on Fox 10 Extra.
Bossy, just looking at my kids like I'm bossy. To Y, little S to the base, step London and mid on edges. Is it?
Rock a showstopper, beats, get it crunk and wired. Wave your hands, scream louder.
Everybody here, get it out of control.
We needed one more member on our roster. Streets of New York is proud to announce Grand Canyon University to our winning team. We are now the official pizza of GCU. Go Lopes.
Live from the heart and soul of Phoenix, welcome to the campus of Grand Canyon University. And inside GCU Arena, where tonight the Lopes look to extend their winning streak to 3 games as they play host to the Chicago State Cougars. Good evening and welcome to GCU basketball. Alongside 3-time NBA champion Scott Williams, I'm Barry Buttel. Kay Longworth will be along in just a moment. Well, Scott, a very impressive 71-66 victory they're coming off of in overtime against KC are the Lopes.
I love the way this Lopes team just fought that one out. I mean, they were struggling, scuffling along, and trailing at the half. They stuck to it. They played together, which was a beautiful thing to watch. Everybody got to get involved in the team victory. They got to have a good feeling coming into this one.
Talk about getting involved. How about the fab freshman Javon Blackshear Jr., his second double-double of the season?
I absolutely love this kid. He is fearless. He knew his team was struggling early in this game, and he carried them through some of those doldrums, finding a way to just manufacture points by either himself or finding his teammates, shooting the three-point balls, driving the ball inside, getting and ones. I love this one right here with no hesitation, just knocking down the three from the outside. 17-12, 5 assists, something no GCU player has ever done in D1 history.
Every game, it's fun to watch. The freshman from Shadow Mountain High School right here in Phoenix. Now, the Chicago State Cougars come in winless in the conference right now, but leading the way the last 3 games is Andrew Lewis, 6'3" junior guard.
Lewis has been on fire. This kid's averaging 12.7 on the season, but as you mentioned, the last 3 games, he's been hot as fish grease. 18.5 points a game, doing it in a variety of different ways. Lopes got to make this guy play in a crowd, give up the basketball, and make somebody else beat him.
It is God Bless America night here at GCU Arena, and it is a festive atmosphere as the Lopes look to win their 3rd straight. Let's send it down to the public address announcer, Paul DeNuser, with our prayer and our national anthem.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome once again to the beautiful GCU Arena for tonight's Western Athletic Conference men's basketball matchup between the Cougars of Chicago State University and your Grand Canyon University Antelopes. This is God Bless America night, and tonight's game is sponsored by USAA. Here to deliver tonight's game ball to Coach Marley, please welcome Patrick Fitzhugh, Regional Site Director for Phoenix USAA. Fans, as we celebrate our great nation tonight, please welcome onto the floor Airman First Class Amanda Knudsen with the performance of God Bless America.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. Through the mountains, through the prairies, through the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet
Thank you, Airman First Class, Amanda Knudsen. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you all please rise if you are able. And gentlemen, please remove your caps as we begin this evening's competition with the word of prayer. Tonight's prayer is led by Cadet Samantha Einenen, a senior majoring in Christian Studies. Upon graduation, Cadet Einenen will be an active duty officer serving as an Army chaplain.
Let's pray. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for bringing us here safely tonight and allowing us to watch and play basketball. We ask that you bless our athletes, protect them from injury, and bless this game tonight. Tonight we honor and celebrate our great nation, the United States of America. As we celebrate, we also honor and thank you for all of those who dedicated their lives to the service and protection of America and its people. Thank you for our police members, firefighters, first responders, medical professionals, our military, and other professions that contribute to our safety and our freedom. We ask that you bless our nation, our leaders, our people, and God bless America. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.
Thank you, Cadet Einenen. Fans, please remain standing as we now honor America with a presentation of the national anthem. Tonight, the Star Spangled Banner will be performed by the Great Hearts North Phoenix Prep Chorale, led by Christopher Herrera. The colors for tonight's game will be presented by Grand Canyon University's Army ROTC Cadet Color Guard.
The Chicago State Cougars come in 4-22 overall, 0-11 in the Western Athletic Conference. Their head coach in his second season is Lance Irvin. Here is Coach Irvin's starting five, brought to you by Talking Stick Resort. Play in style. Rashir Jones, Andrew Lewis, Amir Golazada, Carlo Marble, and Solomon Hunt.
Yeah, we're going to keep our eye on RJ, the 6'3", 190-pound freshman from Baltimore, Maryland. This kid absolutely gave it to the Lopes last time they faced each other with 19 points and 4 rebounds.
Coach Irvin is in his second season, as I mentioned, a former associate head coach at Southern Illinois University, an assistant at SMU, Missouri, Texas A&M, Iowa State, and Loyola Chicago. Assistant coaches are Rodell Davis and Brett Putz. Time now to introduce you to Grand Canyon University. Head coach Dan Majerle in his 7th season as head coach here at GCU. Here is Coach Majerle. Junior Carlos.
We're going to keep our eye on the big fella, Alessandro Lever, in the middle. What damage can the big man do with his pick and pop ability, pick and roll ability, and his straight, great footwork down there on that low block, looking to try to punish the Cougars inside.
The Lopes looking to win their 3rd straight. Here tonight. Apologize for some technical difficulty right off the top. We are underway. As the Lopes look to win their 3rd straight game.
Yeah, home of the brave. America got its humble beginning when people were brave enough to stand up to injustice. Well, I believe that's what happened with this Lopes team. They got fed up with losing. They have changed their mentality, play mad and angry with a chip on their shoulder. They're riding this 3-game win streak, trying to make it 4. American the beautiful. And that's where this game is so beautiful. The game of basketball with all 5 players working in harmony out there on the floor together, sharing the basketball and giving up their bodies. That's what got them a victory on Thursday night, and the united we stand. Make a stand on defense tonight. Pressure that ball, cause turnovers. Chicago State turns the ball over nearly 20 times a night. Capitalize on their miscues. Make it turn into offense for you.
Those keys brought to you by Sanderson Ford. The best play at a new Ford is at Sanderson Ford. Out of bounds play and a handshake for the courtside seat holder. Not bad. Andrew Lewis, their leading scorer of the last 3 games.
Close to the action.
Glenn Mayberry, Ronnie Hernandez, and Aaron Schlesinger are the officials. Johnson to inbound. Back to Blackshear. Over to Dixon. Whistle call. Quick foul.
Yeah, they got a nice job working off the ball.
First team foul.
Look at the nice weather in Chicago, 30 degrees. Here in Phoenix, 66 degrees. I played in Chicago the early part of my career, and I cannot go back there in the winter. Those guys out there for the All-Star break representing the Phoenix Suns, Devin Booker, congratulations. Yep. Must be freezing.
Warmed up to 30. Johnson underneath. Oh, with authority, and a foul's committed as Oakbo trying to put it home.
What a great drive by Johnson. Unselfishly gives up the basketball at the last moment, finds his buddy down there on the baseline, and Oakbo strong to the rack, gets fouled. I love the way they've come out right now, moving without the basketball. Got Johnson, they got an early foul, cut without the ball, then dribbling that ball down the lane, dishing it off. That was one thing they were really good on Thursday night, sharing the basketball from high to low. Did a really good job punishing Kansas City inside. They had a lot of fouls in that game. Remember, GCU was in the bonus 10.5 minutes into the game.
Oakbo misses the back end of that free throw.
Boy, coming out in full court trap, trying to cause those turnovers we talked about.
Lewis from Milwaukee, Wisconsin brings it up.
Quick timeout. They weren't ready for that full court trap. Oh, no, it was a 10-second violation. Yep. 10 seconds, Lopes applying that pressure. Cougars not able to get the ball over in 10 seconds. They get a turnover on their first defensive stop. Impressive.
Oakbo. Too far, but Johnson's there. Oakbo. Blackshear. Inching to his left. Now right up the gut. Dixon. Step back. No. 6 on the shot clock. Johnson.
think they got a blocking foul there. Johnson once again not settling for the outside jump shot, putting pressure on the defense and gets the defender to get in his way, gets that body contact into the block. Already 3 personal fouls on the Cougars.
Johnson inbound. Finds Okpo. Now to Dixon. Comes back to his right. Now left. Labor. Drives into the paint. Big right hand. Not there. Okpo trying to get the rebound. Out of bounds, and it'll be Chicago State's ball.
Well, the more you go, the more you get. You like to see Bryce Okpo active down along that baseline, once with the catch and the bucket attempt, and now second time down there he goes, he gets fouled, and he had his hand on that offensive ball, but wasn't able to control it. Lopes staying with that pressure, extending it all the way out, some 30 feet away from the basket.
Utah Valley gave New Mexico State a scare, but the Aggies edge 84-82. Driving, big right hand off the mark. Olazeda. Back to Labor, leaves for Blackshear. Stop, big right hand and in.
A nice job by Blackshear. He just put on the Jets, went hard to the left, and gave a little pump fake like he was going to shoot and let the defender fly by. He comes back underneath the other side. Easy little flip from 3 feet. His easiest score of the season.
Jones taking his time, looking left, puts it on the floor. Near side. Lewis back up top. Hunt leaves it there for Golazada. Hunt trying to turn. Right hand doesn't go. Johnson. Johnson with a big spin move, loses the ball.
I'm sure if Johnson got that poked away or he just lost it. Look at this one more time by Blackshear. See how fast he goes to the left, challenging the big man. He's like a little, speedboat. He stops with a big tugboat, keeps on floating by, and Johnson just comes back and lays it in the bucket. That was a mismatch.
Straight up the gut for Jones, off the mark. Okpo with the rebound. Blackshear on the run. Up for Okpo, right up the gut. Charge on Okpo.
He gave it to Okpo just a hair too late. I first thought maybe the defender was inside that restricted area. Take a look at it one more time, but it seems like he just gets those heels up outside the line. He was standing on his tiptoes, the only thing that saved him from getting the block call. Instead, it's going the other way. Lopes turned it over.
Picked off by Blackshear. Foul. Wow, Carlo Marble is second.
Well, this is going to be something that the Cougars are going to face all night. A heavy dose of pressure in the backcourt by this Lopes team trying to force those early turnovers. And they're being very aggressive. And it's paying off big dividends for them here as they're starting to rack up those fouls. They'll be shooting free throws here. And the Cougars keep fouling at this rate.
Labor into Johnson. Johnson muscling his way in. Not there. Rebound picked up by Deshaun Davis.
Well, I've never seen a team get so many great looks early in a basketball game, but only got 3 points to show for it.
Lewis moves left. Labor comes out to support Dixon. Nothing there. Far side. Davis driving, loses the handle. Loose ball picked up by Blackshear. Good work by Dixon. He's got the ball. Very active, look out. Very tight. Blackshear trying to peel away, does so. Stops. Look at that!
Well, Blackshear was doubled up out here on the perimeter. It looked like he had used his dribble. The referees don't call him. He takes the ball to the basket. Again, another great utilization of the ball fake.
Well, Lozano fouled up.
I got Alessandro Labor with that body contact. Coach Marley Labor don't like it. He thought he was standing straight up. But look at Blackshear one more time. That just big jump stop. Shows the ball here and gets the defense. Everybody bought what he was selling. And he waits for him to come back down. And he goes up with the easy little flip shot. Kind of jumper.
Well, Lozano misses the front end, the 71% free throw shooter. Toronto, Ontario. First point on the board for the Cougars, 16-12 and counting here in the opening half. Blackshear motioning Dixon. Near side to Mikey. Back to Blackshear. Goes left, plays catch with Carlos. Now over to Mikey. Dixon inside the Labor. Labor trying to move in. Muscles. Right hand off the glass. Made that look easy.
Yeah, he really does operate well out of that high post area, whether it's passing down low to Jenkins or then just taking his time, surveying the defense, realizing he had that whole right side of the floor to do whatever he wished.
Davis looks right, finds Jones. Jones, Golozada. Three-point attempt, off the mark. Johnson with it.
But this team is not known for their three-point shooting ability. 332nd in the Division I.
Mikey, thin traffic there. Oakpo somehow comes up with it. A blind shot! Nothing but net!
Coach wants a timeout after that one went down. It looked like Oakpo was going to go to some sort of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar style hook shot. It slipped out of his hand and found nothing but net.
Welcome to your hometown Whataburger. Hello. Back here, you can add as much flavor as you like.
Grilled peppers and onions, bacon's perfect. Gotta have them grilled jalapenos. It completely changes the taste of the burger.
Those add-ons just add a little extra touch.
It sets the Whataburger apart. It takes it up kind of to the next level.
Avocado goes well with everything. What doesn't it go with?
They're gonna make it just right every time I come. This burger is made for me.
They say you can't buy happiness, but the add-ons get real close.
We're adding big flavor here at your hometown Whataburger.
Whether you crave the night or savor the day, here we give you all a place to play. Talking Stick Resort. Play in style.
GCU men's basketball is brought to you in part by Sanderson Ford. The best play on a new Ford is at Sanderson Ford. By BSN Sports, the largest provider of team sports equipment and apparel in the country. And by SRP, delivering water and power. We send it down courtside to Kate Longworth.
All right, well, the Lopes came up big in overtime Thursday night over Kansas City with a little help from the bench. Those stars of the game being Lorenzo Jenkins and Isaiah Brown, combining for 18 points, 8 assists. And although Brown out there just 20 minutes and 6 points to his name, he had that big three down the stretch, and both guys nearly perfect from the free throw line. Exactly what you want to see from those guys that come in off the bench, making the most of the time when they're on the court. And Dan Marley very pleased with how those two have come into their own, taking on that role, taking it seriously, and finding their ways to make an impact on the game, even if not in the starting lineup.
Making an impact here early on. Loses the handle to Rasheer Jones.
Yeah, a little lack of concentration there. He was trying to catch that ball while he was looking down the floor to someone to pass to, and he took his eye off the ball. Kyle Burner, coach, and he calls a timeout, and the team comes out and does exactly what he wants them to stop doing, is turning the ball over.
Inside the Labor, beautiful passing.
Oh, they brought out the cookie cutter tonight. They are weaving and cutting and passing through that defense, making it look easy.
Foul called on Lopes, number 3,
Mikey Dixon called. Not sure Marley agrees with it.
Now, he put both of his hands up in front of his face like he was trying to guard against a punch. But this Lopes team, they smell the blood in the water. I mean, they are ultra aggressive right now defensively, just swarming a body and a half to the ball at almost every time the Cougars bring 2 people to the ball.
Brown and Jenkins in the game for the Lopes. Punt. Drives. Underneath. Put in by Davis.
Oh, what a beautiful pass right around the back of Alessandro Labor to his buddy, and the Cougars get their first field goal here at 5 minutes and 40 seconds into the game.
Johnson inside the labor, uncontested. Blackshear backdoor, stops, gets fouled.
Javon Blackshear using that pump fake well. Go back one more time. Let's give credit where credit is due. Beautiful wrap-around pass. Alessandro Labor had no idea where it went. He's turned around looking for the basketball, and Davis is laying it in the bucket. That was beautiful.
Fans, is another watch and win night. All you have to do is text WIN the WAC to 602-639-8979 before halftime. Include your name and what city you're watching the Lopes from. You could be entered into our watch and win contest. A winner will be randomly selected and announced in the second half. We'll mail out a pair of WAC tournament tickets your way. It's Vegas and the Orleans Arena, March 11th through the 14th. Stephen G was a big winner on Thursday. Who's going to win tonight?
Wait to find out, but look at it again. More pressure. After made free throws by Blackshear. He cans two, and he plays the point position on that press.
Golazada. Inside, Hunt. 6'9", 272. Goes by Davis.
He tried to go low. They tried a little high-low the way the Lopes like to do it, but that bounce pass was way too wide.
Blackshear moves left. Bounce pass, Brown. Finds Labor. Near side to Johnson. Jenkins comes out. He looks left and finds Blackshear. Eyeing inside. Johnson can put it on the floor, step back. 10 on the shot clock. He's going to try for three. A little heavy. Big rebound. Hunt. Good job on D by Chicago. Long three. Wow. Lewis.
I don't understand that. When you're down 10, you hadn't moved the ball from side to side. You launch a three with nobody on the glass. That's not good basketball there. Coach Irwin won't be happy with that shot.
Blackshear throws up a three. A couple of misguided shots there.
Yeah, I think most of those guys would rather have those shots back. I understand Blackshear, he got himself to the line a couple of times. He maybe saw how that ball go to the basket, thought he had a clean look, but he's not known to be a three-point shooter. He's been driving the ball so successfully to the bucket. I would continue that rather than start shooting threes. Sometimes you want to get up 10 and you just get a little bit complacent, like, oh, I'll just shoot this one.
Hunt throws it up at the buzzer for the shot clock. Chicago State shooting cold here early on. Brown puts it on the floor, goes by Golazada, short, rebound Hunt. Golazada goes by Brown. Brown tried to get a hand on it. Flew right by him.
Yeah, they went to their, whatever their strong set was, they wanted to post somebody down in that block. They cleared out the whole right side and just let them operate.
Over 2 minutes of scoring drought for the Lopes. Blackshear. Labor comes over. Jenkins wide open. Labor's underneath with a rebound, trying to find some real estate. The reach over the top by Hunt.
Labor did his work early, got at that inside position for the offensive board.
We'll step aside with the Lopes on top over Chicago State, 13-5 early on, 11:29 to go, opening half.
When my hot water heater failed, she was pregnant, in-laws were coming, a little bit of water, it rocked our world.
I had no idea the amount of damage that water could do.
We called USAA, and they greeted me as they always do. Sergeant Baker, how are you? They were on it. It was unbelievable. Having insurance is something everyone needs, but having USAA, that's a privilege. We're the Bakers, and we're USAA members for life.
USAA. Get your insurance quote today.
welcome back right now with just under 12 to go in the first half. Lopes with an 8-point lead over the Cougars, and in other WAC action, it did come down to the wire, but New Mexico State pulls off the victory over Utah Valley, 84-82 the final there, making them 12-0 when it comes to WAC standings. New Mexico State surely the team to beat. They have now set a record with 27 straight conference wins. Cal Baptist behind them with a 7-3 record, but remember, Cal Baptist not eligible for tournament play as they make that transition to D1, which means the Lopes, they are fighting for that number 2 seed. You'll see UTRGV and Seattle behind them in the standings, and interestingly enough, they will still meet those teams this season. Coming up this week at Seattle U, and then we'll see UTRGV here, and you'll see all that action here on Fox Extra.
11:29 to go. The Lopes D has forced 5 turnovers, holding Chicago State to 25% shooting.
They really get a job done defensively, and I like the way they keep getting themselves to that free throw line and in that painted area. 10 of their points that come in the paint tonight.
Over at the line. 76% free throw shooter. Coming off an 18-point performance against KC. Got a little help. Remember that watch and win night tonight. A couple of tickets to the tournament, WAC tournament in Las Vegas, the Orleans Arena. Just text win the WAC to 602-639-8979. The winner will be announced in the second half. A pair of tickets. Always a good time. Step back and good. Nice shot by Andrew Lewis.
Yeah, Lewis did a nice job. He got his big fellow Hunt to go down on that block. He put some attention on it. He was able to operate on that left wing.
Brown. Floater short. Loose ball underneath. Found by Mikey Dixon.
Mikey Dixon, he's like, hey, what do I got to do to get to the free throw line myself? Look like I got clobbered down here. A couple bodies banging inside that restricted area, but no call from the official.
Looked at both of them. Hey, guys. Brown, stop, pop, Dixon. There you go.
That was one thing the Lopes got burned on against Kansas City, those baseline out of bounds play on Thursday night. So they must have gotten that lap, watch that game film, put a little play in themselves to get an easy bucket on the baseline.
Michael Johnson, redshirt junior from Chicago, in the game for Chicago State. Looks to his right. Olazada looks inside. Davis connects.
Davis showing the range, stepping outside, knocking down the outside J.
Near side. Dixon back to Brown. Brown bounce pass later. Turns. Trying to drive on Hunt. Step back. Good! Off balance. Nice.
He's giving up some kilos to Hunt, but he's got the quickness to get Hunt. If he gets Hunt going one way or leaning just a little bit, he realizes now I can get him off the dribble drive. Hunt recovered nicely, but Laver's got that really nice mid-range game for his 8th point, going along with 2 boards.
3 for their last 3 are Chicago State from the field. See if the Lopes D can stifle them. They started 1 for 7 in the game. Long 3 at the shot clock expiring, and Olazada connects.
Yeah, sometimes you can play good D and the offense just gives you better O. All you can do is pat him on the backside, run down the floor, try to get it back on the other end.
How about it? Ooh, doesn't go. Tap, no. Laver again. How about it? No. Come on. GCU will have possession.
In the ballgame for the Lopes.
Let's go back one more time, and it's Laver showing Hunt the pump fake there. Just got him leaning enough to get him in the air, and then he puts him in the dribble drive, and Hunt cut him off, but he's not going to be able to take that third little step back move, and Laver's getting really good at shooting that, kind of like Dirk Nowitzki, kind of a one-footed fadeaway.
Brown Jenkins fakes right, goes left. Left hand, not going to drop. Hunt with the rebound.
Now, I'll tell you what, these Lopes are getting some high percentage shots in that painted area. And it seems like they're not getting the benefit of the law of averages of those falling for them right here in this early going.
Lopes 2 of their last 10, while Chicago State 4 for their last 4. Nice move by Davis. Hunt tried to tap it back. Rebound finally by Brown. Look out.
Brown's not used to being down there amongst those trees, grabbing those defensive boards. You got to get those elbows up, clear some space before you try making that outlet pass. He tried to throw it out like it was a jump shot. It just got away from him, went 15 feet in the air. It wasn't good for anybody.
Golozada looking to get it to Hunt. Almost picked off. There it is, and reaching around is Johnson on the floor. How did Hunt come up with it? Oh, he knocked over Brown. That's a charge. He's going to feel that. That might leave him on.
That's a big man running into you right there. They were scrapping for the ball. They couldn't come up with it. And Hunt just says, okay, listen, I'm going to put my shoulder down and go to the basket. Brown makes up for that errant turnover by giving up his body. He got all 275 of that square in the chest.
Oh. Everything seemed to slow down a little bit. Inside, Jenkins turns quickly. Chilly. Davis. Bounce pass from Johnson. Inching his way in is Golozada. Into the paint. Trying to make a move. Muscling his way, it doesn't drop, but Carlos Johnson with the rebound. Oh, look who's all by himself. Jenkins left-handed in off the glass.
Well, I'll tell you what, that was a good job of fighting on the defensive end, showing some strength as Cougars were going for the inside attack, and then great job getting it off that glass and getting it to the other end and finding Jenkins for the easy 2 under the basket.
Foul underneath. 21-12 is the score early on, opening half. A couple of streaks. The Lopes came out on fire early on. Then they went a little cold while Chicago State hit 4 for 4 at a stretch there to get back into the game. But it's all been GCU here early on against the team. Well, we talked about it. Could potentially be a trap game. They've been playing teams very tough. They did so against Bakersfield in their last meeting.
Yeah, but I like what Coach Marley's done in this early going of this basketball game. He made his team stay aggressive by going to that full court trapping defense. Really got everybody excited. They created some turnovers, got this crowd back into it, which electrified the players, and they've been playing great deep tonight.
It looks like Lockshear is carrying over the momentum of his double-double, 17 and 12 a game ago against KC. He's looking sharp here early on.
He really is. He's driving the ball, and he's using his pump fake really well down low, getting these defenders up in the air, and then he's just going, letting them fly by, then he goes up. He got 6 early points in this one, and then Alessandro Labor. Following up 18 points, just doing it again, working hard down that right side of that lane. Really nice job using that left shoulder turn, the right-hand hook. I love that one because when you get a big man that gets the ball into the basket and keep it high and finish inside, now everybody's worried about the inside game. He steps back outside, knocks one down. He's got 8 points and 3 rebounds, just 30 points away from moving into second place on the Lopes all-time scoring list.
Fans, for every 3-point shot that GCU makes, Canyon State Credit Union will make a donation to the Students Inspiring Student Scholarship. For more information, go to giving.gcu.edu. 12 points in the paint to 4 for Chicago State. As Scott has mentioned, it definitely looks like that is a directive for GCU here tonight.
Well, Kansas City smashed them in the paint.
Yeah, they did.
And there was darn near the reason they almost won that game. If it wasn't been for a late surge by the Lopes defensively, creating a couple turnovers and knocking down a couple threes, they had lost that game here at home. So they didn't want to fall into that trap again. They said, we're going to go and utilize our strength by driving the basketball and our big men inside and win the battle of the paint tonight.
Michael Johnson at the line. 58% free throw shooter, hits the front end. It's a surprising number after those 2 shots.
It was just a 7-point game, though. I mean, when it was 11-1, you thought, okay, Chicago State didn't come to play. Lopes are going to run them right up off the floor. But this Chicago State team, like we mentioned in the pregame show, they do not quit. They're used to playing from behind. They keep scrapping and fighting, and they've been staying in more ball games lately as a result.
They've been really active. Lewis was all over Mikey Dixon. They were close to a steal right there.
Carlos Johnson, he just says, hey, listen, I'm too big and too strong to settle for outside shots. I'm just going to keep putting my pressure on the defense, realizing the team is in the the bonus situation with every foul. Now he goes to the line to shoot the front end of a 1-and-1.
Carlos Johnson to shoot the 1-and-1.
Carlos at the line.
Carlos really exploded in WAC play last year, especially the second half of WAC play. We realized that he's just too fast, too strong for a lot of these smaller defenders in the Western Athletic Conference. And he's just muscling guys and blowing by guys on his way to big nights.
Has been assessed against number 0.
Looking for his first point, Carlos Johnson. Apparently overruled. How does that happen?
We'll have to talk to the officials at halftime and find out what the reason for that one was. I don't quite understand that one. Oh, that's right. You can throw it in the backcourt. It just looked like Blackshear might grab it before it went in the backcourt.
Blackshear tries to drive it. Doesn't go. The shot clock should have gone back up.
I don't understand what happened. The officials saying 24-second violation, but the ball has definitely hit the rim.
Things are a little off.
Then they were
here
trying
tonight.
to say maybe it was some sort of offensive goaltending. Let's take a look at it again and see if somebody gets their hand on the ball while it's on the rim. I don't understand what happened. These 3 officials are human too.
All right. Under 6.5 to go, opening half. 7-point lead for GCU. Lewis. Jones. Bounce pass into Davis. Davis working on Oakpole. All the way over. Lewis
stepped out of bounds. Yeah, good call, Barry. He tried to get his feet right when he caught that basketball so he could either show the 3-point shot or shoot the 3-point shot or drive it, but he ends up stepping on the out-of-bounds play. I ever tell you about a guy named Jerry Stackhouse I played with in Philadelphia? Guy do that about 50 times a year. Hey, he only play 80 games, so he would did it more than about every other game. He'd step out of bounds trying to get his feet right behind the line.
Where'd you play with him?
Philadelphia. Some of the worst years of my career.
Let's remember that, yeah.
Larry Brown.
Blackshear fouled.
I didn't realize how good a coach Phil Jackson was until I had left Chicago and gone to Philadelphia. But I'll tell you what, this Lopes team, they're in that position right now where, still stuck on 7, Blackshear chance to get them to 9, but they want to take a double-digit lead into the locker room. They don't want to keep this team just hanging around that 7-8 point range all night long, because that's how a team can get hot right at the end and then nip you at the buzzer on something freaky goes wrong, like a long 3-point shot at the buzzer or something like that. They want to build on this lead and take it up to 11, 12 points going to the locker room here with the remaining 5:40 to play.
Johnson moves right, hands it off to Jones. Turn, he leaves to Lewis. Lewis to his right. Johnson.
Kicked it into the 6th row there.
There you go.
Fan doesn't want to give the ball back. Yeah, you got to get that back. You can't take this home. You can go over to the ballpark and get some souvenirs, but not here. Lopes in a tough one tonight on the diamond. They got the win last night, but then tonight they had a chance to tie it late in the ninth and couldn't get the runners home.
Close one, 6-4. Foul there. Okpo. So watch and win 9. 5 minutes, 19 seconds left to go in this opening half. Text win the WAC. Let us know where you're texting from, where you're watching the game from, and your name, of course. And you'll be entered to win, randomly selected at the half. We'll let you know who the winner is. 602-639-8979.
We eligible for that? Can I text?
Yeah, you better. Pair of tickets.
Freebies. Yeah.
Whoa, nice shot there by Andrew Lewis.
Well, this is what I'm talking about. You miss a free throw, they come out, and you get a foul on the baseline. They run a great baseline out of bounds play. Now it's a 6-point game.
Ooh, almost picked off. Dixon, floater good.
I'll tell you what, Mikey Dixon had to stay with that play. Almost lost that ball, the dribble drive, and was able to get his balance back and knock down the shot.
Lewis gets his pocket pick. Blackshear. Carlos Johnson off the glass, too heavy. Laver pushes it into Blackshear, back to Mikey. Mikey wants 3. Give it to him!
In the foul.
Oh, open arm.
Blackshear loves it. He was sprinting all the way back down the other end. He's like, that was one of the best assists I've had all year. He got that basketball and wrapped it around one of the Cougars, found his buddy, Mikey Dixon, who we watched shoot 3-pointers in the pregame shot. He must have worn out a spot just like that on the other side of the floor, so he was ready when that one came to him, and he knocked it down. He's got 7 points, 3 for 3 from the line, from the field.
Both teams huddling it up. 4:38 to go. 27-16. The Lopes on top as they try to win number 7 in the Western Athletic Conference.
That is a 6-point game, and all of a sudden the Lopes, they get a bucket inside and then by Dixon, and then get a steal by Blackshear, and another 3 by Dixon, a chance to go to the line. So a 6-point lead all of a sudden back up to 11, with a chance to make it to 12 in just a matter of seconds.
Crazy. Carlos Johnson looking for his first point. Lopes with 3 steals here in the opening half. Second chance points, margin 7-zip, GCU. They're hustling. Dixon makes it a 4-point play.
You don't see a whole lot of 4-point plays. That's why you never foul an outside 3-point shooter. Just get a hand at his face and challenge. 6-0 run for the Lopes, and they'll come back with that full court trap.
Look over the top. Rosado leaves for Jones. Now Johnson. Dillard High School, Chicago, Illinois. Wants 3. Off the mark. Blackshear. Led by Lewis. Bounce pass into Carlos. Carlos wants his first points and gets them.
I'm pretty sure Coach Marley and staff over there realized they hadn't gotten a bucket for Johnson, so that little mini timeout, they said after the free throws, next time down, we're going to pound the ball into Johnson.
Kicks back out, Lewis for 3. Off the mark, rebound Laver. Here comes Mikey Dixon. Ooh, inside, he tried to thread the needle. 3:35 to go. The Lopes lead it 30-16, opening half. We'll be right back.
Bossy, bossy. Just looking at my kids like I'm bossy. To Y, letter S to the base, step London and mid on edges. Is it?
Rock a showstopper, beats get it crunk and wired. Wave your hands, scream louder. Everybody here get it out of control.
Welcome back to GCU Arena as we take a look at the BSN athletic calendar. Tomorrow, softball in action still to finish off a tournament in Waco, Texas. Also, women's tennis is in action at Colorado State. And the men's baseball team will finish things off that 3-game series of Oklahoma State, the rubber match on Sunday afternoon. And here inside GCU Arena in the last couple minutes, the Lobes have managed to stretch what was just a 6-point lead now to 14 points. And in just a few moments at the break of halftime, I will have a chance to check in with Dan Marley to see what stands out to him in this first half action from his Lobes players. Guys?
Thank you, Kate. Look forward to halftime. The Lobes have been playing well as of late. 8-0 run, 4 for their last 5. They've led all game. Chicago State got it within 7.
Yeah, well, they got it down to 6, as a matter of fact, Barry. And then they were coming down with the basketball, looking to cut even a little deeper into that deficit. And all of a sudden, they come up with a couple good defensive stops, buckets inside, a 3-point shot, and pumped it back up to 14 points. And they got 14 points in the paint, too. Go along with 7 free throws.
Up high. Johnson couldn't free himself up as Lewis got in his way. Sheer Jones. Marble. Jones now with the ball. It's inside. Davis. Heavy traffic there. Looks like they're going to get Dixon.
Yeah, Dixon got kind of caught behind a curl action on the weak side and went down the lane, and he realized he was going to give up a easy 2 points, so he fouled. It was a smart foul because the Lopes were not in the penalty situation, so just make the Cougars take it out on that baseline. So good, smart, heady basketball player. If you're going to get beat, go ahead and foul and don't give up any points in the process.
Lewis. 3 minutes and counting. Opening half. Marble. Looked inside. Leaves for Jones. Stops. Top of the key. Got the fortuitous bounce.
Really nice execution of that old pick-the-picker play. It was a great job. He picks across, and then he gets a downstream, zippering right up the middle for an easy jumper in front of the bucket.
Labor out to Johnson. Johnson puts it on the floor. Drives. Short. Rebound. Chicago State.
Well, I'll tell you what, Carlos Johnson has struggled here in this first half. Just 1 for 5 from the field, those 2 points. But he's been doing the job defensively and on the boards. He's got himself 5 rebounds tonight. Scratch that, make it 4 boards.
Marble to Jones. Bounce pass inside. Lozada.
I guess I was just foreshadowing that he just grabbed his 5th board on that one. He's been doing a job chewing glass here in this early goal.
3-point attempt. In and out. Chicago State, nope, pushed out by Jenkins. Carlos Johnson. Backing in. Inch by inch. Turn, big right hand, and that was textbook.
Yeah, that really was. And I don't understand. You can't let your teammate get dribbled on 4, 5, 6 times down on that post without bringing some sort of help, even just a half a body, an arm length, something to try to disrupt the offensive player's rhythm down there. It was too easy for Johnson. 9 turnovers, Chicago State here in this first half. That's hard to stay within striking distance if you're going to cough it up 9 times.
Johnson over the top to Labor. Over to Brown. Brown into Jenkins. Man, did he thread that pass, and it didn't go in. Lorenzo, come on. Isaiah with that beautiful pass. Davis, Olazada. Back to Davis. Davis lost the handle. Laver picked it up to Brown. Brown looks left, goes right. Carlos Johnson driving. Kick back out. Blackshear, Laver. How about three? Ooh, in and out. Loose ball, Chicago State.
Well, they had a 3-on-2 break, but Johnson kind of, instead of angling himself, making that good cut towards the basket, just drifted out to that three-point line. I thought he was going to go hard to the bucket and get himself an easy look at the rim there on that 3-on-2 break, but once he veered outside, slowed everything down, and Laver had to shoot a long three.
6 on the shot clock. Jones driving. Lost it. Laver was there also. 9. Foul?
Terrible foul. you got 8 seconds on the clock, and you're to foul. You're in the double penalty situation, meaning GCU is going to shoot 2 free throws, and you foul the guy 75 feet away from the basket. That's not good basketball right there. I call it like I see it there. Give away 2 points. You're already struggling, and 10 turnovers. So Chicago State needs to get in that locker room and try to regroup.
Might have knocked his contact out, Carlos.
Well, that might help. Yeah. Maybe that was the plan. He's trying to blink it out. It's not a shooting eye, though. Just kidding. He normally closes his left one when he shoots. This would be no problem for Carlos. I don't know if it was the noise level in this arena, the Havoc's got it turned up on American Pride Night or what, but the Cougars got to figure out a way to handle this pressure and handle this crowd noise and not cough the ball up 10 times in the second half.
All the way over. Look out, Havoc's. .1 on the clock.
Can't do anything with .1, but take it to the locker room. You got a lot of momentum to build on. The team looked great defensively. Offensively, could have been better. Got a lot of buckets inside, though, that just didn't fall.
Fewest points allowed in the opening half this season. The previous was 22. Lopes on top, 34-18. We send it down courtside to Kate Longworth.
All right, thank you very much. Well, Coach, balanced attack on offense and also the team taking advantage of some miscues by the Cougars. What stands out to you in this first half play?
Well, I thought we started off pretty good. Our 12 defense was kind of our three-quarter press, hurt them. Early, we went into the paint, moved the ball, and then we kind of settled for some bad shots. But then we got back at it, so I thought it was pretty good half.
Yeah, the team did come back at it down the stretch. And how now do you help them keep that momentum despite what the scoreboard reads to not let up?
Well, I mean, first thing is to win a game, and it's 40 minutes. So we've only got 20 minutes of work, and then we just got to continue to get better. So there's no way that we can come out in the second half and just think we have anything. We got to build on this lead.
All right, thank you very much. Coach Marley sharing with us his message to his team at the break. The scoreboard reads right now, GCU over Chicago State 34-18. But as you heard Coach mention, there's still 20 minutes of action here to go. So we'll see what the Lopes can do to finish off the second half. But we'll be right back here on Fox 10 Extra with more halftime show coming your way right after this quick break.
Why choose Sanderson Ford? Straight up offers like these.
Now through President's Day, escape to a D-backs game and a new Escape for only $18,900. Lease one for only $259 a month. Save $10,000 on all 2019 F-150 Super Cruise. Get 2 Arizona Diamondback tickets just for coming in.
Plus, they support local sports and donate generously to local charities.
If it's important to you to do business with someone who supports our community,
choose Sanderson Ford.
Straight up.
Waking up with peace of mind. Just one of the little perks you get with the SRP Power app. Use it to make conscious decisions on the energy you use every day. No guessing. Everything you need to know. Download the SRP Power app now. SRP, delivering water and power.
Today at Whataburger, we're cooking the Buffalo Ranch Chicken Strip Sandwich.
You asked for it, and it's back.
We got 3 chicken strips, 2 slices of Monterey Jack cheese, Whataburger's own buffalo sauce, a little bit of buttermilk ranch. The combination is just right.
It's crunchy, and then it's spicy, and then it's cool. Your mouth is exploding with flavor.
It just all works together, and then you add the cheese in there.
It kind of wakes me up, honestly. My goodness. I can see myself getting this every time I come here.
The Buffalo Ranch Chicken Strip Sandwich. It's back, and it's only for a limited time.
Order all your favorites from your phone.
Welcome back inside GCU Arena, where you're getting a live look at the halftime performance. The human flags in action tonight as the purple here in the house celebrates the red, white, and blue on God Bless America Night. Right now, the Lopes with a 34-18 lead over the Cougars of Chicago State here at GCU Arena. Kate Longworth, welcome you into our halftime show, and it is God Bless America Night here at GCU Arena. But every February, our country takes time to celebrate the achievements of African Americans. And now we take time to reflect on one exceptional athlete who went through the Lopes program, very proud to wear the GCU uniform, and left an impact on this athletic program here on the hardwood.
Everyone else was crying when I graduated. And me, I was laughing. Because I said, me, from the projects with a degree, impossible. Back then, if you was from the project, the big deal was to brag about what you did on the court or on the football field. It never in my wildest dream did I ever think of going to college, especially getting a degree, until Coach came and offered me a scholarship. I just thought it was, like going to school, and I walked into class late, and I sat in the back of the room because, that was normal. At the end of class, everyone came up and started shaking my hand, and my expectation was not to be treated special, but to be treated like everyone else. One time we went out to eat, and I was riding with Ed. He was my roommate, and he wanted me to go to lunch with him. And once I saw the restaurant, I said, Ed, that's okay, forget it. Because it was one of those restaurants that I knew that I couldn't, at that time, wasn't allowed to go. He said, don't worry about it, Big T. You don't have to worry about the money. I got this. We go in. I tried to tell him not to. The waitress walked up and she said, sir, I can serve you, but I can't serve him. Ed looked at her and he said, why? If it's about money, I got enough money to buy you in this whole place. And I said, Ed, let's go, let's get up and go. So it was a choice of me leaving and she serving him, or we both had to leave, and we both left. But that basketball season, 58, when we went undefeated, my role on that team was, well, I ended up being the top scorer and the top rebounder. Why was I such a good rebounder? Coach Brazzers told me, TC, on both ends of the court, when they shoot, the ball is yours, go get it. Don't let anyone take it away from you. And that's what I did. I put a total of 50 years in education. At the same school where I was a student, I ended up being a teacher there. After being a teacher there, I became assistant principal. And the odd thing about that was the fact that some of the teachers that taught me as assistant principal, I ended up being their boss. And that was weird. Now that I look back on it, I said, wow, knowing where Grand Canyon is now and how they playing and the kind of players they get, had I not been successful, they wouldn't have the players that they have now. I didn't realize at the time that the youngsters in the project looked up to me as a role model. They told me that once I went to college and was successful, they knew that they could. and I'm proud of that.
Canyon State Credit Union, a local credit union serving the Valley for over 65 years, can assist you in buying your first home, refinancing your current home, or if you're dreaming of a retirement home. Canyon State Credit Union can provide you with a fast and affordable solution that meets your needs. Let Canyon State Credit Union run the numbers on your dream. Visit canyonstatecu.org or call 623-580-6015 for more information. Canyon State Credit Union, committed to you. We do business in accordance with the Equal Credit Opportunity Act, MLS number 410376.
So one key component that makes the Waste Management Phoenix Open so successful is Cox Business. Over 700,000 people are going to come enjoy TPC Scottsdale, from digital TV to digital phones to security, and most importantly, that free Wi-Fi all over this property. We simply couldn't do it without a partner like Cox Business. We're grateful, we're thankful, it's a hole-in-one.
Performance is your profession. You excel in bringing the best out of people and teams to discover their true potential, but you strive to take the next step in your career. GCU's PhD in Performance Psychology online degree program gives you the tools you need to elevate your performance to the next level, and do it all within your tight schedule. When human excellence meets cutting-edge technology, business advances.
Find your purpose at GCU, where advanced technologies drive education. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu/online.
GCU in command here at the half, 34-18 over Chicago State. Fans heading to the concession. Get replenished for the second half. Barry and Scott back with you. So glad you could join us tonight. Yeah, the Lopes have led from the get-go in this one. A little bit of a spurt there for Chicago State, but the Lopes have been in control.
Yeah, they, like Coach Marley said, they're going to the break. They got a little happy.
Yeah.
They got up double digits quick, got a little happy, started shooting those outside jump shots. Instead of pounding them inside. They're plus 12 inside when they go in there and wrecking havoc, but they start shooting those jump shots and kind of lost their focus a little bit, but then they went back inside, got a couple steals, and made some easy buckets out of it, and they're enjoying a nice, comfortable lead here at the break.
Let's check out the first half highlights brought to you by SRP, delivering water and power. Blackshear looking sharp.
Yeah, Blackshear kind of got him going early there. This is a series of drives inside. He had 6 quick points, finished the half. With that 6 points, and it was really the backcourt. Then Mikey Dixon, where he left off, he kind of got himself going. He seemed like he took a hard shot on the baseline, didn't get a whistle, and that kind of woke him up because he was a terror after that. A couple buckets inside, and then a 4-point play out on the perimeter, and his buddy finds him and nice little pump fake to lose the defense, and then his defense recovers, fouls him with great concentration, dapping up the people down there in the front row as well. But great job defensively, 35% shooting for the Cougars.
First half stats brought to you by Commonwealth Insurance, the way insurance should be. Free throws, 9 of 11 for GCU. Turnovers, 11 in that opening half. I know you mentioned that for the Cougars.
Too many turnovers. I love the fact they took care of their glass. They were a +5 on the glass, did not allow the Cougars a second chance point.
16-4 in the paint as well, and the Lopes ended the half on a 12-2 run. Oh, who does not love fresh popcorn? We'll be right back.
Whether you crave the night or savor the day, here we give you all a place to play. Talking Stick Resort. Play in style.
One more member on our roster. Streets of New York is proud to announce Grand Canyon University to our winning team. We are now the official pizza of GCU. Go Lopes.
When my hot water heater failed, Our world.
I had no idea the amount of damage that water could do.
We called USAA, and they greeted me as they always do. Sergeant Baker, how are you? They were on it. It was unbelievable. Having insurance is something everyone needs, but having USAA, that's a privilege. We're the Bakers, and we're USAA members for life.
USAA. Get your insurance quote today.
Welcome back inside GCU Arena, where the Lopes have a 16-point lead over Chicago State Cougars here at the break, and that's been in part to some balanced scoring. As you take a look at our first leading half scores, brought to you by Streets of New York Pizza. Alessandro Laver, Mikey Dixon coming in with 8 points to their name. Mikey Dixon with a big 4-point play down the stretch in the first half, and freshman steady Javon Blackshear Jr. chipping in 7 points to into the game as well. All right, when we come back, we will get started on second half action. We hope you're ready and hungry for lots more basketball, because it's coming your way right after this quick break. Grab that snack. We'll be right back.
Choose Sanderson Ford.
Straight up offers like these.
Now through President's Day, escape to a D-backs game and a new Escape for only $18,900. Lease one for only $259 a month. Save 10 grand on all 2019 F-150 Super Cruise. Get 2 Arizona Diamondback tickets just for coming in.
Plus, they support local sports and donate generously to local charities.
If it's important to you to do business with someone who supports our community,
choose Sanderson Ford.
Straight up.
Waking up with peace of mind. Just one of the little perks you get with the SRP Power app. Use it to make conscious decisions on the energy you use every day. No guessing. Everything you need to know. Download the SRP Power app now. SRP, delivering water and power.
Bossy, bossy. Just looking at my kids like I'm bossy. The white letter S to the base, step London and mid on edges. Is it?
Rock a showstopper, beats get it crunk and wired. Wave your hands, scream louder. Everybody here, get it out of control.
Back at GCU Arena, 34-18 is the score. Our pregame guest here on God Bless America night. Watch and win. Winner this evening is Fred Wooten from Indianapolis, Indiana.
Going to Vegas?
Vegas.
Like that.
Couple of pair of tickets, Fred.
I was listening to those guys in the pregame show. We were talking to there. You think they really look at that Top Gun stuff and think that it's actually real what they're doing in the movies, or they just probably it's just all entertainment value to them? Or do you think they actually get it right? Oh, I'm just curious. I mean, do they have somebody from the military that helps them with all that stuff to make it feel to be authentic?
I think they try. At least I remember in the first one it looked authentic. I'm sure they take some liberties. Golazano with a big three there early on here, second half.
Yeah, he's got a couple threes now tonight. That'll get this Cougars team glowing. They were flat in that first half, coughing the ball up and couldn't shoot that basketball worth a darn, but come out and knock down their first one.
Blackshear with the underhand.
Blackshear Jr., I'll tell you what, he just did something a little different every night to just make you smile and get excited about his future. I mean, that was a hard drive with one hand, knocked it up off the glass, and then once again, 2 in a row.
Golazano. Blackshear moves near side. Tried to get it inside, but it's picked off. On the run. Blackshear came back, commits the foul.
Yeah, Blackshear with a little sloppy basketball there, but this one wasn't sloppy at all. That one was fantastic. Got over there before Big Hunt could come over here and try to block him. He just used his right hand, kept his left hand off the ball, so in case he was fouled, he could make sure he could still get that ball in the basket. But then he got sloppy with the ball a second time down the floor and then turned it over, and it led to a Chicago State run out. The free throw shooter shaking up a little bit. He had to take a little eight count there before he stepped to the line.
A little heavy by Jones on the first attempt.
Not only the officials, the savvy officials on the vets, they'll bring the ball boys out to fake mop up the floor like there's some sweat and give the free throw shooter a little extra time to shoot those free throws. But these officials here at the college level didn't do him a favor at all. No, he made him go to the line. He's still woozy. He missed them both.
Johnson moves right. Away from the wall.
Banging inside. It was Davis down there with, Jones rather, down there with Labor. Fighting hard on that block.
Second on Jones.
Whatever Coach Irwin told his team at halftime, I'm sure it had something to do with their intensity on the defensive end, as they're playing a lot more physical than they did here in that first half.
Johnson puts his head down. Foul. He's just willing that.
Yeah, he's been struggling with his shot, so he realizes, okay, my best opportunity for me to get some buckets is use my strength advantage down low.
Marble's third, and he was just kind of doing a little shoulder shrug, asking, what can I do? Saw that was going to be heavy. In the lineup for the Cougars, number 4, 6 points, 6 rebounds for Carlos.
He's been doing other things. Like we talked about, he hadn't been scoring, but defensively and chewing glass, he's doing a nice job. So used to, he's been in double figures scoring. I can't even remember now. More than double digits amount of games in a row. And it's just odd to see him not getting double digits in the first half. I'm sure he will be by the time this one's over, but he's just struggling here to get off that launch pad tonight.
Lozada, threes here early on. Oh, they tried to thread the needle, but it's picked off. Dixon.
2 gray shirts swarming into that passing lane. If it wouldn't have been Dixon, it would have been Blackshear, because both of them were ready to grab that ball.
Johnson for 3 off the mark. Davis. Lewis. Lozada away from the ball. Looks like they're going to get Dixon. Third on Mikey.
Dixon, third personal, second team foul.
Well, Lozada beyond the arc. Why not? His first miss this half. Quickly up to Dixon. Dixon, whoa, 1 and 3, put it down and tried it again. And he got it.
He pump faked nobody. there was nobody there, but remember at the end of the first half, he likes that little rhythm dribble to his left. That's how he got the 4-point play last time. So I said, if it's not broken, why not try it one more time and just do a little rhythm dribble and knocks down another triple.
Jones. Hunt. Lewis. Lead for Davis. Lozada now. Looking to move. Wow.
Shot clock violation.
Anybody apparently was not looking at the shot clock.
Yeah, and Lopes have done a nice job really, and then that's that one by Dixon. They've done a nice job really forcing this Chicago State team to take shots late into the shot clock, if not have that shot clock expire on us. So the defense tonight has been most excellent.
Blackshear called a foul on Blackshear. Weird evening. Hunt into Davis. Davis off the glass.
Oh, good pass out of that double team that time by Hunt. A couple times now he's found Davis with some tricky passes in close quarters.
Dixon, short. Hunt with the rebound.
Dixon missed that little mid-range baseline jumper a couple times. He realizes that that's a shot he can make, and then everybody knows it, but he's made the triple from twice the distances. He's been able to kind of miss that left wing jump shot. He hadn't been able to get that one to go.
Jones into Hunt. Throws up a heavy right hand.
Not sure if Hunt was trying to play for the foul there. He just lost the ball.
Dixon lost it. Carlos Johnson found it, tried to put it back, but he's fouled.
Nice job after that missed shot. They were just racing the ball to the other end so quickly that the Chicago State defense just never has a chance to get itself in position to get a good stop, and the Lopes are attacking the basket.
Well, Lozada picks up his third. Johnson at the line. Just 6 points.
We've talked about Johnson's free throws at times. They get a little flat, a little hard. They come in low and fast. It seems like when he has his most success, he puts a little more air under the ball. That one had some height to it.
40-26 GCU.
Back in that, what did Coach Marley call it, his 12 defense there, a little three-quarter trapping press. Just makes the Cougars have to reset every time they get the ball over half court.
Lewis almost picked off by Johnson. Kick back out. Lewis turning, twisting. 6 on the shot clock. Lewis, 5, 4, trying to get inside the Hunt. 2, 1. Wow, hoop and a harm with about 1.5 seconds on the shot clock. 40-26, the Lopes on top over Chicago State. We'll step aside, be right back. Here in Phoenix.
You use the latest technology to treat patients, but your care and compassion is timeless. Advancing your career means helping more patients and providing even more care. Grand Canyon University's online programs in nursing make it convenient for you to become the expert every patient deserves.
Find your purpose at GCU, where advanced technologies drive education. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu/online.
GCU men's basketball is brought to you in part by Sanderson Ford. The best play in a new Ford is at Sanderson Ford. By BSN Sports, the largest provider of team sports equipment and apparel in the country. And by SRP, delivering water and power. Lopes Way on this beautiful evening here on the campus of Grand Canyon University. And it's Surfing USA. Let's check in with Kate Longworth.
Well, how do you top Thunder surfing across the student body on center court? Well, I'll tell you what, you check in with Nicole Palestine, who just won its 7th straight game. Today, 68-57 over Chicago State. They're now 9-2 in WAC play for sole possession of first place in the conference. And how about Jada Holland? Scott, listen to this. 15 points in the fourth quarter for the second straight game. I know you always like to see those players finishing strong. The freshman point guard had also scored a season-high 26 points tonight. They are on their way back to the GCU campus, and it'll be a warm welcome for them. Outstanding play. A lot of people overlook this team coming in, and they've been performing beyond expectations. And it's really the youth has taken this team on their shoulders, and we have our own freshmen here. We've been scouting with Blackshear Jr. and Jada Holland doing her thing for the women.
Yeah, something positive for both of these programs, these young freshmen showing out. I realized she had 26. I did not realize she had 15 again in the fourth quarter to close it out. Wow, well done, young lady.
Officials checking and reviewing the foul that Blackshear. Not sure if it was reversed or not.
Yeah, they were checking on that one. And those Lady Lopes, I mean, they were picked to finish in the bottom half of the WAC play, and they were finding themselves sitting atop the WAC in first place.
Incredible. Congrats, 7 straight victories. Looks like Oakpo is going to be credited instead of Blackshear, so Oakpo has 3. He's got 4 now. They just changed it.
Three-point play the old-fashioned way. Cut that deficit down to 11. They get a stop here, and maybe a bucket to get it to single digits. So this is a big possession here for the Lopes. Oh, they foul in the double team. They've committed some silly fouls and some unforced errors and turnovers on offensively. So they're kind of shooting themselves in the foot when they're getting a little momentum going. Don't want to put this Lopes team in the bonus early in this second half. They've already got 4 fouls. Of course, the Lopes got 4 themselves.
Inside the labor. Tight D there. They're all over Dixon. Into Jenkins. 4 on the shot clock. Blackshear's got to put it up. 2. Put it up. Oh, he's fouled. Oh, he was attempting a 3.
Hunt has bitten several times now on Blackshear's pump fakes. Hey, he got a huge height and length advantage on him, and I don't know why he keeps buying what Blackshear's selling out there on that three-point line, but get him in the air. He's going to go to the line and for 3 now, and that's exactly what I was talking about. They play great defense for 29 seconds. Get the player about to take the shot they want, and then he commits the cardinal sin, a foul on a three-point shoot.
Well, for every 3-point shot that GCU makes, Canyon State Credit Union will make a donation to the Students Inspiring Student Scholarship. For more information, go to giving.gcu.edu. It's 2 of 3.
Blackshear, he's been on the floor most of the night tonight. He's out there in the front of the attack on that 3-quarter press as well. You get an ice bath after this game is over with.
Golozado. Jones. Back to Golozado. Puts up a long 3. Wow.
Golozado again from outside. 3 threes in the second half. That one was deep. That's where Harden and Curry and them guys shoot from. 15 points. He's got 4 threes in this game.
Laver. Goes left. Doesn't go. Davis was on him.
Yeah, slowing this down a little bit, walking it up. Hopefully they can take care of the basketball a little bit more, realizing they've been turning it over too much. They're going to their orange high set. Try to get that big pick and roll.
10-point Lopes lead. Inside Golozado. Working on Blackshear. Foul committed. Jenkins was in there as well.
Yeah, they got the mismatch they wanted. Golozado on Blackshear giving up height in LBs, and just took him down there in the torture chamber and had no choice but to foul him or give up the easy 2. So Golozado, he's got a chance to give himself a quick 5 points if he can can these 2 free throws.
Jenkins commits the foul. Golozado, 27% three-point shooter coming in, averaging 6.5 points per game.
down to 8. And I mentioned last time down was an important trip when GCU had the basketball and everything was kind of shrinking down, and that deficit was shrinking, and here it is, find themselves again. It's a stop here, we get it back. They have a chance to take it to 6 points. But GCU does not want to let this team hang around.
Johnson, 7 on the shot clock. Jenkins, Blackshear, 5, 4. Tight D, step back. Too heavy, low percentage shot.
They're gonna walk it up every time. They get a nice job. They get a chance to set their defense after these fouls, these free throw situations. He's made field goals, and they're pretty darn good defensively. It's when the Lopes get a stop and have a chance to run, then they are susceptible to easy buckets.
Sorry, Laver came back and holding that right side. He bent over at the waist as he came back. I don't know if he got hit on that right hip.
Well, he kind of got some contact when he was down there under the basket with when Davis and he were both going for that rebound. He might have caught a sharp elbow to the rib cage.
Jones.
Yeah. I hate it when I'm right, but now he got himself a 6-point game. They're going to be feeling really good down just 6 on the road.
Jenkins. Off the glass and in.
You need a bucket. You go to Jenkins and Brown off that bench. Those guys are so good delivering buckets in big moments.
Cougars had 7 field goals. They can't get across midcourt there. They finally do. They had 7 in the first half. They've got 6 already. A steal by Johnson. Johnson tries to take it all the way. Not there. Laver puts it back.
Oh, they needed a couple buckets. They go inside for points in the paint. Nice job by Johnson. He wasn't able to get the bucket, but so much pressure on the defense. Laver just follows him right to the basket, gets the second chance point. Lopes now with 12 second chance points in this game. Chicago State yet to find a second chance opportunity.
Player down there.
Back to this one more time. Johnson just a big deke to the left and comes hard back to the right hand, and then Laver. Big fella using his legs in transition, getting down there, getting that offensive putback.
Hunt down low. Golazada puts it back. Looks for another 3.
Oh, that was halfway down. He pulled one of Mikey Dixon's moves, the pump fake, escape dribble to the left, and almost got it in.
Brown. His 3 attempt unsuccessful.
Carlos Johnson signaling into the wet spot underneath that painted area. He was about to spring up for that rebound, but slipped. Got one of the kids out there wiping up that spot down on the floor now, so it should be good to go next trip down the floor.
Long distance short by Marble. Lead is 10. Brown, Jenkins, back to Brown. Up over the top to Jenkins. Good work by Jenkins and Brown.
Yeah, I was going to say, you give Jenkins the good credit for that catch and that score, but it was really a nice pass by Brown. He put it only where Jenkins could get it. Now Jenkins got 6 points off the climb.
Hunt. Lewis. Back to Hunt.
Offensive foul called on the Cougars, number 35, Solomon. 16 foul.
Time out on the floor, 10:38 to go, second half. Lopes up 48-36.
Fans Select Championship Tournament will be held in Vegas on
So one key component that makes the Waste Management Phoenix Open so successful is Cox Business. Over 700,000 people are going to come enjoy TPC Scottsdale, from digital TV to digital phones to security, and most importantly, that free Wi-Fi all over this property. We simply couldn't do it without a partner like Cox Business. We're grateful, we're thankful, it's a hole-in-one.
Whether you crave the night or savor the day, here we give you all a place to play. Talking Stick Resort. Play in style.
Welcome back. We're inside GCU Arena where there's just over 10 minutes to go in second half action. But real quick, we take a trip around the WAC. New Mexico State, well, guess what? They did it again. Got another win. They are now up to 27 straight conference wins. I say keep going, guys. Win all the games in the WAC and then take that loss when tournament play comes, right? Meanwhile, Kansas City, they took the loss here Thursday night. They look to rebound tonight at Cal State Bakersfield. That's an 8 p.m. tip. And when you've won 7 straight, of course, we're going to mention once again just how great Nicole Powell's team's doing. But, I mean, would you be in agreement with me, guys? I know we're all big college basketball fans, and you watch your teams. And I always feel like in February, you want your team to play strong. But I don't mind a loss or two before you head to tournament play because you get that out of the way. As for New Mexico State, unless they get spoiled here, you know, just win out and then fall apart in Las Vegas.
Yeah,
right?
no, one loss on the 27th here would be fantastic. Other than that, yeah,
agreed.
well, losing the tournament would be great. GCU could get that first trip to the big dance.
I saw Ravel and Queen came back early from his injury.
My Tar Heels are a sad bunch this year. We won't even make the tournament. We won't even get invited to the NIT this year.
That is amazing. Brown drives baseline, kicks back out. Now to Blackshear. Open look for 3. Bam!
Well, I'll tell you what, that was beautiful execution. Whatever Coach Marley drew up during that timeout, Lopes came out and executed it to perfection. Blackshear Jr. showing he can knock down that 3-point shot these last 2 basketball games.
Lopes have gone on a 9-0 run after Chicago State cut the lead to 6. Dave McLaughlin, word out to his mom to send more money for GCBC. Marble at the buzzer. Rebound, turnaround, put back, no. Underneath, stripped away. Chicago State.
Go back to this one more time. Great job there. Penetration there by Brown, and he fires a strike over to his backcourt buddy, and Blackshear Jr. cans the triple.
Jenkins is going to be called.
Yeah, you know, that's one of those ones where Jenkins was doing a great job battling on a post, and he had his guy out there 15 feet away from the basket. If you can get a guy posted up 15 feet from the basket, you've already done your job. No reason to try to reach in there and poke the ball away at that point.
Both teams with 6 personal fouls. Working on Jenkins was Davis, didn't drop. Blackshear brings it up. On the Lopes bench, comes up front, step back, near side. Brown drives, kicks back out, this time to Carlos Johnson. Looking to move, drives the paint. Underneath. Off of Jenkins.
Yeah, I understand what he was thinking there, but it was a little put too much heat on that pass. Jenkins would have to have the fastest reflexes on the planet to be able to catch up to that pass. And Carlos would have been probably better off going ahead and shooting it. If Jenkins had that inside position, had he missed, he had a better chance getting it, cleaning up it off the glass and firing that strike underneath. Blackshear Jr., he's down there doing everything. He's even down there telling the ball kid there how to mop up the floor. Hey, Coach Chu even laughing at that one.
Press, bust through it. Golizada, open look for 3. Front of the rim, quickly, Blackshear leaves it for Johnson. Back to Mikey Dixon. 3-point attempt, in and out.
Escape dribble to the left one more time there. Seems to be the way he likes to fire up those threes. Most guys just like to catch it and shoot it, but Dixon now, he likes to get a little bit of a rhythm, lace that basketball up onto his fingers and then shoot it.
Lewis put back though, and nice movement by Marble.
Yeah, a little 9-0 run for the Lopes, and then all of a sudden you think the Chicago State might give up. They come back in a little mini spurt themselves and get a couple field goals back to back.
Back to Dixon. Johnson puts it on the floor, trying to go by Golazada. Golazada is going to be called for the foul. That'll be his fourth, and he's been lethal from the arc.
17th foul, putting the Cougars over the team.
Oh, that one more time. And Carlos Johnson, he's just so fast to the hole. He's able to get to the side of the defender. They bump him with his body, but he doesn't get knocked off the spot. He still keeps his strength and the same path to the basket, and is able to just hang in the air a little longer than everybody else and use the backboard to soften that shot, takes that contact. What great concentration. Now he's got a chance for the old three-point play.
Johnson has 10. Laver has 10. Blackshear 14. Dixon 11. 4 in double figure. Under 8 to go, second half. 54-38. Lopes on top. Led all game. Davis to his right. Bounce passing to Golazada. On the floor with 4 personal fouls. Looking to move on Brown too much, but Marble puts it back with a foul and a whistle called before.
Foul called on the Lopes, number 1, Isaiah Brown.
Brown called for the foul. Timeout on the floor, 7:39 to go, second half. 54-38 is the score. As the Lopes are on top here in the second half. Movement around the ball, looking sharp for GCU here in the second half. The lead got cut down to 6 for GCU as Chicago State. Golazada hit a couple of big threes, but then they open it back up.
Yeah, Lopes go on that 9-0 run to blow the game wide open again, and he did it a variety of different ways. Some drives to the basket, some offensive putbacks, and a big three-point shot.
Yeah, a number of guys are contributing. 4 guys are in double figures. Let's look now at Lorenzo Jenkins here in the second half.
Yeah, Lorenzo Jenkins, I really like the way he's played these last couple of basketball games because he hasn't forced anything. He's kind of just taken what the defense has given him. He's worked real hard at driving the ball to the bucket. He's gotten on the offensive glass. He's got all 6 of the points off that GCU bench, and he's just kind of outworking everybody. Hard hat and lunch pail kind of a game, and then Blackshear, he's knocking down outside shots, another three-point shot, and then this is why I say Carlos Johnson just needs to feast for the rest of the games in the Western Athletic Conference, just taking the ball to the wing and driving it inside.
Lopes are leading in the steals category 6-2, in the paint 26-10. Second chance points 12-2. Fast break points 8-0. Next game, Seattle University, Thursday. 1580 AM, 99.3 FM, 95.9 FM. Remember to tune in to Michael Potter and Paul Coral for all the action. Then it's on to Utah Valley before returning for home games against UTRGV. Or check that, rather. Against the likes of New Mexico State, UTRGV, and Bakersfield.
I got that New Mexico State game circled on my calendar because that's the game everybody wants to come to. Even though they've been pounding the Lopes the last couple years, and they know that that's the biggest rivalry game, and there's not a more hype building in the Valley than when the Lopes and New Mexico State face off against one another here.
Intense atmosphere. New Mexico State loves it, I think.
Well, they do. We have a lot of teams like Chicago State. They came in here, they coughed it up 11 times in the first half before they settled down. But the crowd just really bothers them. New Mexico State, the Aggies, they don't let that crowd bother them. They seem like they focus even better on the road than they do at home. I mean, look at Laver. He's in there. Looks like in a cat fight tonight, the way he's scratched up there. But the Aggies, they're well prepared to be able to face adversity and crowd noise on the road. In fact, they nearly gave one up at home tonight, an 84-82 victory against Utah Valley, a team they're much better than. They lost their focus and almost lost that basketball game.
Johnson trying to drive. A foul is committed.
We got an offensive foul? No, okay. I thought they originally were signaling an offensive foul on Johnson, but they got a block down low.
Davis. Lozado took a seat. He's got 4 personal fouls. Coach Irvin.
Yeah, they don't have a deep bench. They don't travel too many players.
No.
They're only 8 deep over there, so they can't really afford for a player or two to foul out. You got to manage those minutes.
A lot of perspiration on the floor tonight. Johnson at the line.
We never did get a reason why their top scorer, Xavier Johnson, wasn't traveling with them tonight, but they certainly could have used his scoring output in this one. He averages 16 a game.
Picked off, man. Dixon all the way. Bam!
He just lost his focus there out of that high post area. And Dixon left his guy out of the corner. Just stole that basketball away. Ditto on fast break points.
Blackshear. It's tight on Johnson. Lewis for 3. Loose ball. Johnson up to Jenkins. Jenkins now to Blackshear. Away from the ball.
Oh, I thought that was a nice cut by Johnson, but they're saying he whistled for a foul there. But look at that one more time by Mikey Dixon, just a thief in shorts. Oh, was that Hunt or was that Davis? Never saw him coming out of his blind spot area there. Davis never even saw him. Mikey Dixon shooting down there and stealing that basketball away from him.
Get it up after a little bit of a soft press there. Lozada, Lewis, Davis, Jones, Lozada. Peels back, 3 on the shot clock. They've got to do something, and they've got to do it now. Oh, man, talk about chewing up the shot clock.
Davis made up for giving that ball over there by knocking that one down with the buzzer going off. He must have heard you up here, Barry. Or maybe Coach Irwin from his bench was yelling to shoot it.
Carlos Johnson short, Jenkins up over the top. A little sloppy here.
Well, I understand Jenkins wanting to get on that glass. You always want to tell your players, go get me some offensive rebounds, but when a guy's got you in on his back, you can't come up over the top, especially when your team is in the penalty situation. You're just sending Chicago State down the other way to shoot some free throws. You got to work to the side of the body. That was kind of one of those, I'll just try to out-jump Davis, and you got to do your work early and get inside position, or at least move your man out of the way so one of your teammates might have a chance to get it.
Carlos takes the seat. Laver back in the game. Blackshear. Moves left. Near side. Eyed Laver. Got it over to Jenkins. Now to Brown in the corner. Looking to move. Slipping. Sliding off of the glass.
Isaiah Brown worked hard for that bucket, didn't he? He drove that ball away from the left wing into the paint, stopped, turned around, did a pirouette, and squirted that thing up off the glass as he was darn near parallel with the floor. Somehow was able to get that one to go in.
Looks like they were trying feverishly to get it to Laver, but Alessandro just wouldn't free himself up down there. Heavily. Inside. Step back. Heavy off the mark as well.
Davis said, well, I got the last one to go, Coach. Let me try this one from a little deeper out. Couldn't get it to go down. Laver will shoot this 3.
Wide open. Money! Well, CSU started 6 of 8 this half from the field since 2 of 11.
Yeah, Laver's doing a nice job at just being patient. You mentioned it. He couldn't get that one to go down Couldn't get the ball down on the block last time, but he steps outside. Davis did not want to come out of that painted area to challenge him out there, and he was able to get a clean look. No one within 6 feet of him.
For their last 5, GCU.
Hey, Gabe loves it. He's taking pictures.
Writing on the message board. Upcoming schedule for GCU as they travel out on the road. At Seattle University Thursday, at Utah Valley, who gave New Mexico State a bit of a scare. 2-point victory by the Aggies today. And then back here, as I mentioned, New Mexico State, UTRGV, and Bakersfield to close things out.
Yeah, 3 at home to close it out. A lot of momentum going right into the tournament in Vegas.
Hope to see you there. It'd be great. Lopes fans, come out and support GCU. Been to the finals the last 2 seasons. Coming off becoming tournament eligible and going to the finals both seasons.
Who doesn't like to go to Vegas?
We do. You and I do.
We love it. Absolutely. Yeah. Hit the court and hit the tables a little bit. Hey.
You had a good run there last time we were in Vegas.
Yeah, did all right.
Yeah. I believe it was like in 30 minutes too.
Don't tell the IRS. Hey,
right. No.
Hey, if I get up, I go.
Right.
I'm not one of these guys that gives them a chance to get even. If you do your damage early, hey,
get out.
Get out. Hasta la vista.
These places don't look as nice as they do because of winners like Scott. 20-point lead here on God Bless America Night. Moving and grooving here, GCU Arena.
It's been a fun crowd tonight.
Yeah.
Red, white, blue, stars and bars.
Feel safe with all those military in here. A little bit of a late substitution here by Chicago State. We're going to have to pull Marble back.
They tried to pull a fast one there. I said, no, you sit down here. You can come in with the next dead ball situation.
He's back over towards the scorer's table, and we're underway.
Yeah, up 20, and Marley's still got his team out here in the full court action. No, they're falling back now. They're not traveling.
Not rubbing it in a little?
I don't know about rubbing it in, but he understands that he's just taking a little more time off that clock by forcing that little pressure in the backcourt.
Oh, that was a nice pass by Golozano. Didn't result in a bucket for Chicago State. Bounce pass to Brown off of the glass.
Wonderful job by Blackshear Jr. that time. And there wasn't really numbers on that play, but he attacked the basket, but he did it at a speed in which he allowed Brown to catch up to him on that right wing and then just delivered a beautiful bounce pass. And Brown just put it in the bucket.
Rafe Gertis sighting at the scorer's table. Lozado puts it down, drives right up the gut. Oh, charge.
Brown's got a couple charges these last few basketball games. He took one earlier from Hunt that only knocked the Philly loose, but I love that one there by Blackshear Jr. to Brown right in your living room.
Canyon State Credit Union, a local credit union serving the Valley for over 65 years, can assist you in buying your first home, refinancing your current home, or if you're dreaming of a retirement home. Canyon State Credit Union can provide you with a fast and affordable solution that meets your needs. Let Canyon State Credit Union run the numbers on your dream. Visit canyonstatecu.org or call 623-580-6015 for more information. Canyon State Credit Union, committed to you. We do business in accordance with the Equal Credit Opportunity Act, MLS number 410376.
When my hot water heater failed, she was pregnant, in-laws were coming, a little bit of water, it rocked our world.
I had no idea the amount of damage that water could do.
We called USAA, and they greeted me as they always do. Sergeant Baker, how are you? They were on it. It was unbelievable. Having insurance is something everyone needs, but having USAA, that's a privilege. We're the Bakers, and we're USAA members for life.
USAA. Get your insurance quote today.
Welcome back. 3:54 to go on the clock tonight as GCU tries to close this out over the Cougars. Right now the score is 63-41, and the freshman Javon Blackshear Jr. hot once again tonight. 14 points to his name, following up his performance Thursday night. 17 points, 12 boards, 5 assists. And really the young freshman, only a year, not even a full year in the GCU uniform, but he's coming on with some poise on the court beyond his years. A lot of maturation we've seen each game he's out there. Impressive the way he's able to lead his team with his actions on the court. But also what I really love is the relationship he's developed with Dan Majerle. And I got to see that kind of up close the other night. I interviewed Javon right after the game with Dan Majerle. Majerle all smiles, talking about how great a win like that is when you have a freshman point guard doing what he could do out there. And then he also went on to just kind of like have some fun with Javon. Reached over, grabbed him, just congratulated, grabbed his shoulder, congratulated him on the game. And Scott, for you, I know we had a chance to talk about it, but what do you see that relationship, the future really bright for the Lopes with that developing relationship with Majerle?
Yeah, it reminds me of the relationship he had with Dwayne Russell. So much trust with his point guard when he's out there on the floor. He realizes that he's going to get all of his teammates involved, and if he gets in a sticky situation, he's a leader on the floor. He can call his own number, create his own shot, or create something for his team.
Neighbors 3 off the mark, pulled down by Davis. Blackshear this half, 7 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. Back-to-back 5 assist nights. Hunt. Whitehead in the game. Lewis, Whitehead. Jones, bounce pass into Hunt. Heels it up off the floor, off the glass, and in.
That was a nice bucket inside, and find themselves down 22 points. No quit. Stayed in their offense there. Set up a nice play to get the ball inside. Good left shoulder turn, bang it up off the glass. Oh, Brown for 3.
Off of the rim. Here comes Chicago State. Davis on the run. Oh, Brown took a big fall. Off the glass and in.
Brown got pushed to the ground. Looked at the official like, did you not see him literally just push me as I was running down the floor? Brown's been on that ground a couple times tonight. He's going to need the ice bath. We're talking about Blackshear Jr. need an ice bath after this one. All that trapping he's doing. Hold the backcourt. Get 2 tubs ready.
Laver underneath. Nice feed, and he kisses it.
Yeah, they're cutting him up. And just dicing him inside. And I'll give a lot of credit to Coach Urban's team, and they're undermanned without their leading scorer. And they fought tonight. They just haven't had the horses tonight to stick with this Lopes team for 40 minutes.
Chicago State gets stripped by Brown. Lewis did. Louis Bungai over at the scorer's table to check in. For the Lopes, quickly Jenkins. Gets his own rebound and puts it back.
That reminds me of the old Moses Malone days back when he played for the Sixers. He missed a little bunny inside to pad his rebounding stats a couple times late in basketball games when they knew they had the victory. just make sure that he would get to that 14 to 16 rebound total. But look at this one here. He maybe doesn't. That's not the thought that's entering his mind as he was trying to score that ball, but it sure reminded me of those days watching those Dr. J, Andrew, Tony, Mo Cheeks, Moses Malone teams.
Louis Bungai, and so is Ethan Spry. Bounce pass, Whitehead working on Bungai, and he lost the handle.
They need to work on some ball handling drills. I don't know exactly why they turned the ball over as much as they did, but they cough it up. Did he call glass?
He did.
Okay, all right. I want to make sure. Well, that's nice for that young man to get some action here late in the ball game, and he makes his first shot a three-pointer.
He's smiling.
Oh, he loves it.
Hunt. Oh, Gertis got a hand on that. Picked off by Brown. He looks back for a second. Leaves for Gertis. Gertis. Oh. Wow.
I'll tell you, what an unselfish play by Brown. He got this steal, and the first thing on his mind, well, that's the one by Spry, and then
He just stepped back. He had all day to measure that one up. Shot it an extra 2 feet long, but it went off glass just perfectly. And then when Brown got that steal, he was looking for Gertis the entire time down the floor, just trying to figure out how he could get the ball to the young man so he get an opportunity to get in that scoring column as well. Gertis has got some good legs. I thought Brown was going to go in there and kind of throw it up off the glass and then let Gertis come in and follow it in with the follow jam.
Okpo in for Brown. There's Gertis.
He scored before, but it's been a while since he gotten that scoring column, as Stan Marley has shortened his bench during the Western Athletic Conference games.
Jones looks inside, Hunt, back out, Lewis, Whitehead.
Got to teach those guys that don't get a lot of time how to foul on the defensive end to stop that clock so they get some more ticks. They haven't learned that old trick yet. You got to go down there and commit that old shucks foul and stop that clock so you can get a chance to get a bucket going the other way.
Gonna dribble it out here as the Lopes are gonna win their 7th in the conference as they try to solidify that 2nd overall spot. Lopes win 71-47. They limited Chicago State to 46 points. At the lowest opponent score this season. Chicago State gets one more at 47. Well, the winning streak extends to 3 games, starting to click now as they travel out onto the road. Big game for GCU here tonight. 4 players in double figures. Dixon, Blackshear, Johnson, and Labor in the game.
Yeah, Jenkins played good off the pine. He had himself 8 boards, very efficient, 4 of 9 shooting, goal with 6 rebounds. Yeah, Brown came in, he played good defensively, knocked down a tough shot in the paint there in the second half. He sure did he got knocked out a bunch in this game as well. So it was a nice effort by all the Lopes that played tonight.
13 points from Mikey Dixon. Let's send it down to Kate Longworth.
All right, thank you guys. Well, Mikey, really just a complete game. You guys kept the intensity from the get-go, balanced scoring attack. But what stands out to you? A lot of smiles. It looks like a lot of fun tonight.
Yeah, you know, we played hard. We played as a team. You know, our goal was to come out here and get everybody involved and take care of business early. You know, they had a new guy that didn't play when we played him last time. You know, so we wanted to do our work early and just everybody have fun. And like Coach said, it's a piece of the pie for everybody. We take care of business early.
You're very efficient tonight at 5 for 7, 13 points, and you've been averaging 13 points since you've been eligible playing here for the Lopes team. What's been working for you specifically with your game?
You know, just taking my shots, the ones I know I can knock down, not rushing anything, letting the game come to me. And you know, Coach always preaching play off 2 feet. You know that, and I think ever since I've been doing that, it's been helping me. So just trying to keep taking my shots and play with confidence.
Just a couple weeks left in regular season action. You guys are fighting for that number 2 spot heading into the tournament. What can the Lopes accomplish if you guys keep up the momentum in a game like this?
You know, we could play with anybody. We could beat any team in this conference. We feel like we just got to keep doing the things that's got us here. My bad, I'm sweating.
You play tough.
Yeah. We just got to keep doing everything that's things that got us here to win, playing unselfish and just playing as a team.
All right, you've earned a trip to the locker room to celebrate with your team.
Appreciate it.
All right, the Lopes take care of business. 3rd straight win, 71-47 over Chicago State, the final tonight. And as Mikey Dixon said, this team capable of getting the victory anytime. So we'll see how this all plays out. When we come back right after this quick break, we'll wrap things up here from GCU Arena. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
I choose Sanderson Ford.
Straight up offers like these.
Now through President's Day, escape to a D-backs game and a new Escape for only $18,900. Lease one for only $259 a month. Save $10,000 on all 2019 F-150 Super Cruise. Get 2 Arizona Diamondback tickets just for coming in.
Plus, they support local sports and donate generously to local charities.
Our community.
Choose Sanderson Ford.
Straight up. Bossy. Just look looking at my kids like I'm bossy. To while little S to the base, step London and mid on edges. Is it?
Rock a showstopper, beats get it crunk and wired. Wave your hands, scream loud. Everybody here, get it out of control.
Well, it's been a busy 3 days. It started Thursday against Kansas City. Isaiah Brown, it's a key three-pointer on Thursday night in a home victory. Then last night at Brazzell Field, Drew Smith went yard, a 3-run blast, and a 10-3 victory over the 16th-ranked Oklahoma State Cowboys. And then tonight, the Lopes' largest victory of the season, 71-47. Mikey Dixon with the steal, and he takes it home.
Yeah, take home the player of the game honors as well. 13 points for Dixon on 5 of 7 shooting. Lopes fantastic for 40 minutes tonight.
Yeah, great 3 straight days back and forth. A lot of talented men and women to make it all happen and bring it to you here on Fox 10 Extra, ESPN3. As this one is great. 3 straight victories here the last 3 days, and these 2 for the Lopes, big. They needed to definitely win these games.
Yeah, they needed to get these at home. They were both winnable basketball games. They had to fight a little harder on Thursday night after some sluggish play in the second half. They came back and ratcheted up the pressure, forced that game to overtime and get the overtime win. And I think that momentum, that big team effort, really propelled them tonight to a quick start.
You already alluded to it, but our Canyon State player of the game is Mikey Dixon, Canyon State Credit Union, committed to you.
Yeah, I just love the way this kid went about his business tonight. I mean, that 4-point play on that little step back 3. In 29 minutes he goes. He plays solid defense the whole way. 5 of 7 shooting. He forced absolutely nothing tonight. That one on the baseline was out of a baseline out of bounds play. He made it look effortless, hard dribble all night long, attacking that defense. That was the 4-point play I was talking about that really got this crowd excited. And then another escape dribble off to his left in front of his bench. The bench absolutely loved it. And turn your head on this guy and forget about him for a second. It'll make you pay 2 points the other way. So 5 of 7 shooting, doing a fantastic job.
Let's revisit the Sanderson Ford 3 keys to the game. Sanderson Ford, the best play in a new Ford is at Sanderson Ford.
They played with a chip on their shoulder. They had the home with the Brave. They got the crowd into it early, jumped out to a quick start, forced a lot of turnovers, 11 first half turnovers. They went inside that paint. Offensively, they did a great job sharing that basketball. It was a beautiful thing to watch the way they performed out there. 36 points in the paint. And then, just the turnovers. Just way too many turnovers for the Cougars tonight, 18 points. But I guess that's about their average. So
Let's send it downstairs. Post-game press conference. Head coach Dan Marley.
As a coach, you're always nervous about those games. Chicago State's obviously struggled. The coach there does a really good job. They play extremely hard. So I was real happy with the way that we came out and did what we had to do. After starting 0-2 in the league, we're now 7-4. Told our guys it's something they should be very proud of, but by no means are we done. We have a great trip coming up, Seattle and Utah Valley, and then we'll finish out at home. So couldn't be more proud of the guys to be able to bounce back and focus in here tonight and get it done. So overall, really good win for us. Yeah, our 12, which is our kind of full court, 3-court pressure, bothered them at the beginning, and that we just wanted to make sure we came out of the game, the beginning of the game, aggressive. So we weren't lackadaisical. We wanted to double the post. We wanted to trap number 1, their best player, get into that press to kind of get us going a little bit, and I think it worked. It put them on their heels a little bit, and it got us going.
When you were patient offensively, you were at your best. You worked the ball and got.
That's what I preach. This game, it's easy to get selfish, try to find your own shots. But we've been really good since we started playing off 2 feet. I thought Isaiah was really good at it. Javon is excellent at it. He's really turned a corner that way and believes in it. And that's why he's getting the free throw line and he's making plays for others. So when we do drive the ball, that's why we get to the free throw line a lot. We drive the ball, and instead of going off of 1 foot and charging, now we're planting our 2 feet, pump fake, get fouled, hitting people. So we got to keep playing that way. It shouldn't be about anybody scoring or whatever. There's plenty enough for everybody. It's about winning basketball games. So that's why we've been better as of late, because we move the ball and we're unselfish.
Doesn't look like an assumed win for a lot. This team have challenged the last two teams that played well.
Oh, they had Bakersfield. They were up at UTRGV. Listen, there's no easy win. I don't care what anybody says. There's never an easy win. You got to go out and you got to play and you got to win. We're talking about college kids. We're talking about student athletes. So I was a player once, and sometimes you walk in these kind of games and you let your guard down and you get beat. As I said, Chicago State plays hard. For a team that's 0-12, you couldn't tell they're 0-12. They play extremely hard. They get after it. So the coach, it's a lot of credit to him for what he does with that team, and that's not an easy thing to do. Just got to keep playing, man. Got to keep playing. Well, I mean, it's as simple as he's a freshman, and he's getting better. I mean, it's amazing what he did at the beginning of the year as a freshman. I mean, coming right out of high school, and he was playing at the beginning of the year 37, 38 minutes a game. He should have struggled a lot more than he did. It just shows you how good of a player he is and how mentally strong he is. So, yeah, he's going to continue to get better. The game slowed down for him, and just like any player, he's figuring out where he can score, how he gets other people open, what he's comfortable doing. So that's just him growing as a player. And, I mean, the sky's the limit for him. I say he's going to be an unbelievable player. So we're lucky to have him. I said that all along. I've watched this kid play since he's a freshman in high school. So he's one of those guys that got that special it. I mean, he's got it. He's got the mentality. He's got the, we talked about it, the Mamba mentality. That's him. He works and he wants to win. He don't care. He don't care about anything but winning basketball games and getting better. And that's, if you get a squad full of players like that, you're going to be pretty good.
After struggling at home for most of the season, how good does it feel to defend home court and go to an honest stand?
Well, we have to. I mean, we've always been good at home. This year's been a blip on the radar. As I said, it's been a trying year for everybody. But we're just playing better now. And, that game on Thursday was against a really good, tough UMKC team. And that could have been a tough call, but we gritted it out. So we understand that we got 2 more on the road, and then we got our final 3 at home. So we better be able to take care of home floor if we want to do what we want to do. So it's about, again, just playing the right way. It's about playing for each other and doing the right things.
What do you think it is about you offensively, your identity, that the most consistent thing you've done is have low turnovers and high free throw?
Well, that's one thing we're pretty good at. Tonight we didn't shoot the ball well from the free throw line. Carlos struggled a little bit, but as I said, we've always been able to get fouled. Ever since I've been here for 6 years, we always got fouled. The problem we had earlier this year is that when we went in there, we were playing off of 1 foot, and we picked up a lot of charges, and we got a shot blocked. I mean, like a guy, Javon, when he first started playing here, he came off 1 foot, and he get a shot block. Well, now he plants in there 2 feet, he pump fakes a guy, he gets him up in the air, and he gets a foul, or he finds people. Isaiah was great at it. He's been really good at the last 2 weeks, getting in there and driving hard, planting, finding guys. So as long as we do that, we'll be pretty good, because one of our strengths is getting to the free throw line, and we're usually a pretty good free throw shooting team. A lot better. And again, it's because they're slowing down and they're playing off of 2 feet. I mean, Paul, I know you don't believe. I preached it to him for 2 years, and I preached it from the beginning of the training camp we started. It just, for some reason, it didn't kick in until 3 weeks ago. And we had a long film session. Maybe something just finally clicked. But yeah, it's everything slows down when you do that. You got more time to make a decision. When you go in there at 1 foot, then you're stuck. You're at the mercy. You're going up off you, and then you've got to find somebody. When they plant your feet, you got something to play for. You can control it. You can go in there and pivot 8 times and find somebody. It's that simple.
Well, the Lopes took the lead on a big run to close things out. When CSU cut the lead to 6 in the second half, the Lopes ended the game on a 29-11 run. They go on to win it by 24 points. Upcoming, remember to join Michael Potter and Paul Coro on 1580 AM, 99.3 FM, 95.9 FM. Next Thursday from Seattle, the Red Hawks. 8 p.m., then it's on to Utah Valley and Mark Manson's team before returning here for 3 straight on their home court. But that'll do it from here at GCU Arena, where tonight the Lopes beat Chicago State 71-47. Their 7th victory in conference play. Our next telecast, February 27th, when the Lopes return home to host New Mexico State. But until then, for Gay Longworth, Scott Williams, and our entire crew, I'm Barry Butel, wishing you a wonderful Saturday night.